And we are live. How's everybody doing tonight? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and you're watching and/or listening to ABL Live. Thank y'all for joining me tonight. You could be almost anywhere in the world, but you're right here with me live on the show, and I appreciate y'all for that. We got a whole lot going on all over the internet, all over mainstream media, social media, everywhere, and I'm not sure where to start. First of all, USAID, corrupt, slush fund. Why are we sending, or giving in this case, not even sending abroad, $8.5 million, $8.2 million, or however many millions of dollars to Politico? Why do they need our taxpayer money at all? We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, there's continued drama with diversity, equity, and inclusion. For some reason, black people think this is for them when it's really for the LGBTs and the white LGBTs, the other LGBTs, not really black people. But of course, mainstream media has convinced the community to think that this is for them when it's not, because they're going to be the foot soldiers to go out there and fight for the LGBTs, the LGBT crash dummy, when in reality, the LGBTs don't want to be around them. They want to be in their own enclaves. They actually hate black people for real. But that's a different story. I digress. I'm getting triggered already early in the show. We'll talk about that a little bit more a little bit later. Also, the New Jersey governor, what's his name? Phil Murphy, hiding an illegal alien in this house. A woman at that. So what is she doing in the household? Cooking, cleaning, chores, slave labor. We'll talk about all those things and a whole lot more on tonight's episode of ABL Live. And thank y'all again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing thus far, if you enjoy the content in general, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. We have a lot going on. There's a whole lot happening. USAID, that's crazy. The protests in favor of illegal aliens, that's crazy. There's a whole lot going on. Okay. But shout out to you guys again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. Do I have any barbecue recipes? No, I don't. I'm not really a barbecue guy, believe it or not. I'm not really a barbecue guy. Shout out to the 1,000-pound Lithuanian, M-Dub. Shout out to you, boss. Yeah, Arnold had a housekeeper, sure did, and had a whole baby with her. Don't let that illegal alien pop up pregnant, but I don't think Phil Murphy's the kind of guy to even do that. Phil Murphy, he's more of a, okay, just go ahead and, cook some of that good old food you got from your home country. Cook some of that right there, and you can stay in my above garage room. All right, we'll put our son's old bed in there. You can sleep on that, and everything will be fine. It's slavery all over again, because what is that? Okay, you have an illegal alien in your home. This is a woman. What is she in your house doing? This is not somebody you know. This is not a friend of yours. What is she in there doing? Okay, why does she have her living quarters? Like, is this some kind of Anne Frank situation, or do we have her in there working? Didn't we see a story in Boston a while back where a couple were harboring an illegal alien family, talking about my daughter loves her cooking. It's like, look, the more things change, the more they stay the same. The more things change, the more they stay the same. If you have an illegal alien in your home and they're doing chores and you're not paying them, which is the key, and you're not paying them, that's called slavery. That's the exact same thing that would go on during slavery. Because contrary to popular belief, slavery was not just out in the field picking cotton. You could be doing all types of labor. You could be a nurse. You could be working in the kitchen, working in the field, working everywhere. Some slaves will be able to get leased and go off of the plantation and go work other jobs for other people. Okay, sometimes the slaves will be allowed to work other places in their free time and save money to buy their freedom. So it's a multifaceted thing. But to get down to the core of what slavery was all about, it was all about having a lower class of people, whatever race they may be, black usually. It could be white with the Irish. Now we got all types of colors that are coming in here illegally doing a lot of these really low paid jobs. Americans don't want to do these jobs. Is that the case? Or do we not want to get paid less than minimum wage to do these really high stress jobs? Okay. And also the migrants they're not really going to complain about work conditions. You're able to abuse the migrants. Same thing happened. It's no different. This is the slavery argument in 2025. It's just modernized. There's no more need for the slave patrol. There's no more need for all these things, all these laws they had back in the day. It's 2025. Just let them do whatever they want in society. As long as a corporation gets their labor, as long as we can say that we're being productive in the country, as long as we keep that going, as long as we're able to keep prices down to a certain level, it doesn't matter if we get a big tax bill on the back end for these people. Okay, we're going to reduce inflation by letting the floodgates open and allowing the migrants to come in and work. Meanwhile, that whole thing cost the nation $450 billion with the B, $450 billion per year. And it's not just the federal money that is spent on these people. It's local money as well. Haven't we seen them try to cut expenses and or raise taxes in places like Chicago, Illinois, New York City? In Chicago, you got Brandon Johnson, Mr. Panic Attack himself, talking about, we got to tax the rich to do what? To pay for the migrants? Make that make sense. So you're going to tax regular law-abiding citizens more to pay for the illegal aliens that you're allowing into the city. Make that make sense. And then your logic is we're going to tax the rich. Well, when you're raising property taxes, is that taxing the rich necessarily? I mean, a lot of us have property, but we're not rich. I own my house, but I'm not a rich person. I got a little bit of money in my pocket. I got a little bit of change in my sock drawer. Okay, but I'm not a rich person. So I just don't really get it. It's weird. In New York City, migrants cost $7 billion from New York City taxpayer money, not even federal money, because Eric Adams was trying to get some federal money. He was trying to get some federal money to help, but they weren't going to do it. So Eric Adams having to spend $7 billion with a B, $7 billion, and he had to cut city resources to do it, or that was a proposal to cut city resources. He's like, hey, what's going on? Hey, Joe Biden, come on, give me some help here. Once you start trying to talk about that and start complaining, then they want to put the police on them. Same thing they did to Trump, lawfare. You want to start complaining about Democratic Party? You don't want to be you don't want to be a good Democrat. You don't want to be a good boy. All right, boom. Hey, we gonna call the feds on you. They're gonna raid your assistant. We know about her, that your little girlfriend. We're gonna raid her first, and then we're gonna raid you. For what? Because you opened this building for the Turkish people. We're gonna put a rumor out there that you are financed by the Turks. Eric Adams was a police officer. You think he's going to just do something like that? A police officer for his whole life is going to go out there and commit crime for real? For real, as a mayor of New York City? Come on now. Tell me something I could believe. But that's the whole thing. Hey, you want to follow the Democratic Party or the deep state of the Uniparty in Washington, D.C.? You want to do that? All right, well, look, we're going to get the police on you, and you're going to make big rocks to little. That's what we're going to do. They did it to Eric Adams and they did it to Trump. So the whole thing about the police and the feds and the law being abused to punish American citizens, that's not a black thing or a white thing. It is a thing that happens if you get a little bit too close to the sun. You get a little bit too close to the sun. It doesn't matter what color you are. The sun will burn you. Listen. If you get too close to the sun, it doesn't matter what color you are, the sun will burn you. Very simple. So yeah, shout out to Eric Adams, shout out to Trump, shout out to everybody who wants to have a safe nation, a nation of laws, a nation of common sense, a nation not overrun with migrants all over the place that we got to pay for. And then you bring in USAID to the mix. My. USAID, look, I got some crazy videos that will reveal what we spent our taxpayer money on. God bless Elon Musk and DOGE and the kids, the young folks he got working with him, some of these These guys that got autism but are super, super smart. Shout out to them. God bless them for exposing it. Some are going to say that the money that we spend through USAID is nothing. It's nothing burger. But it is something because there's corruption going on. Why do we give Politico $8.2 million for subscriptions that don't even cost that much? They said they spent $514,000 or so on a certain number of subscriptions, but that number of subscriptions should have only cost like $7,000. It was some kind of big disparity like that. Why is there a big jump? Why is there a big gap? Because it's not really about subscriptions. It's about trying to keep that rag afloat. As soon as Elon and Trump come in and DOGE comes into play and some of that USAID money might have got frozen, some of the employees might have got locked out, all of a sudden Politico has a glitch and they can't pay their employees. A glitch? Huh? A glitch? Why was Politico the only news outlet, the only news website that I saw that had this glitch? Because normally a lot of these companies share the same kind of software, the same kind of platform. They have the same things going on. So if there was a glitch with Politico, why were they the only ones? And why did it happen right after Elon comes in with DOGE? Come on now. Like, make it make sense. I think what was happening is that USAID was paying indirectly the payroll of Politico. Now, if you're going to be state-sponsored media, just say that. Hey, if Politico is state-sponsored media, just call it what it is. When you see something from Russia Today on YouTube, it'd be a little notice. This company is sponsored by the Russian Federation. Same thing with Press TV Iran, sponsored by the Iranian government. Politico should be the same thing, sponsored by the U.S. government. Be transparent. And when you're not transparent, I think you're trying to hide something. When you're not transparent about something like that, which others are transparent with, you're trying to hide something. And I don't like that, especially when it comes to my money at the end of the day. NPR, another one. NPR, PBS, all of them. But see, we know about NPR. We know about PBS being publicly funded, but Politico didn't want to disclose that. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah, shout out to the places that do disclose it at least. But when you don't and you just lie or you lie by omission, I don't like that too tough at all. But, yeah, shout out to you guys again for being here. I really, really appreciate you. We got a lot to get into. There's a lot. A lot of these new movements and trends and everything else people want to get into. I cannot wait to get into it, and I cannot wait for the illegal aliens to get up out of here, to go to GITMO, to go to where else they want to go? GITMO, El Salvador, to make big rocks to little rocks over there. Hey, go over, not over here to the chat. Go over there. Go over yonder. With that, don't stay here with that. Go over yonder with that. Okay, so I cannot wait for the deportations to really get cracking. Wherever they go, I mean, I like the idea of a Gitmo. I like the idea of El Salvador for the criminals. But ultimately, it doesn't really matter as long as they get up out of here. You don't have to go home, but you got to get up out of here. I think that's the famous saying that we all can agree with on the issue of the migration crisis. Alcatraz. And shout out to President Nayib Bukele. I just want to make sure I'm saying the right thing. Yeah, not Nayib Bukele, the president of El Salvador. Shout out to him for being a gracious man, for being a friendly country, and opening the penitentiary of El Salvador to our criminals. He's like, yo, you can send us back our criminals. We'll take them. We'll also be a safe third country. And what that means is, okay, if Venezuelans for some reason are not able to get deported back to Venezuela, they can go to El Salvador. Maybe even some Americans. That might be a little bit tricky legally. But hey, if you have a repeat child offender, I would say, listen, y'all know me. I don't really play around with stuff like that. Like, you want to be a child offender? All right, well, We can take you out back. Hey, we have the trial process. We have evidence says that you're guilty of sin. Take you on out back and go like Old Yeller. Hey, Old Yeller out back at the courthouse. That's what I would do. But we got to follow laws and be fair to people. We can't just, okay. How about this? Repeat offenders like that, rather than doing my method of Old Yeller out back behind the barn, let's send you to El Salvador. Back in the day, and shout out to the white man. The white man, what he used to do was send you to Australia. Hey, you want to act up in Great Britain? You're going to go to Australia. You're going to go to the land of spiders that's as big as your forehead. The spiders are big as your ball cap. You could put a spider on top of your head and the ball cap will just disappear. All kind of creepy crawlies. We're going to send you over there. To the end of the globe, we're going to send you. That's what the white man used to do, send you way over there. And that's that. Hey, I support that 100%. 100%. Go over there. So what we can do in 2025 as a multicultural nation, rather than sending you to Antarctica or somewhere in the Arctic Circle where there's no human beings at all, rather than doing that, El Salvador or Guantanamo Bay, Cuba. Ain't that far. Hey, you in Miami, that'd be a hop, skip, and a jump. That'd be a boat ride right to Gitmo. Straight right there. That'd be a little ferry ride almost to Gitmo. And if you're in Texas, California, somewhere, hey, hop on the plane, go to El Salvador, and you'll be good to go. You'll be good to go. So yeah, shout out to the original white man for sending the criminal element of Great Britain to the land down under. Far, far away. Far, far away. Now, I would not subject my Australians now to our criminals. Shout out to the Australians. You guys are pretty cool. You guys have been able to evolve beyond the penal colony. So shout out to y'all for that. A lot of good people down in Australia. I would not subject them to our criminals. But if we have a gracious person like Bukele who says, hey, send your criminals to us, we'll take them, then I think that's a good offer for us to be able to accept. What do y'all think? Greenland? Hey, shout out to Greenland. A lot of good people in Greenland as well. But if I was to send criminals to Greenland, what it would be is like, all right, Greenland, do y'all have a little igloo space set up for these people? Can we send them there? That's what I would ask. That's pretty much where I would be with that. But shout out to you guys again for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up, like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Hold on. Yeah, hey, I know about Australia. Australia is a good place. UK is a mess right now. They might need to do that whole thing again, send the criminals away. But that'll probably make Australia worse. Who else? I was reading the comments here, but somebody said, let me see if I can find the other comment I wanted to. Yeah, the Russian prison in Siberia. Yep, send them out there. Where they had, what was that? Brittany Griner, the bulldagger from the WNBA. Yeah, send her out there. That'd be what I would say. That'd be my suggestion if they want to open it up to us. If Russia says they got an ice factory making icicles and icebergs and whatever in Siberia, and they say Americans are welcome to come to the okay, cool. Send you out there. Big rocks, little rocks. Big icebergs, little icebergs. Send you out there. Or in the ocean, you can make an island, a false island in the ocean, center of the ocean, and put you right there. Anyway, let's keep on rocking and rolling. We got a lot to get through. Shout out to the sponsors, of course. Y'all know how I do. Shout out to patriotpost.us, your best source of news and information anywhere on these interwebs. Their link will always be in the box, or just type in patriotpost.us in the browser, hit enter, tell them that ABL sent you. Also go to the merch website, ablmerch.com. That is ablmerch.com. We got the hats, t-shirts, stickers, hoodies, mugs, and more right there on the website, ablmerch.com. Also, please go to the regular website, anthonyblogan.com. That is ANTHONY, the letter B, LOGAN.com. On the front page of the website, you'll be able to see articles for each video that I produce. And in each article, I have sources from the left, from the right, from the center, from Democratic, Republican, politically agnostic, local, national, international, whatever you want. I got it right on the front page of the website, anthonyblogan.com. And of course, the website is 100% free. No ads on the website. It's not going to be intrusive. It is just a tool for you guys to use. So when your friend, your family member, coworker is asking you about certain things, first of all, if you're at work having a political conversation with an opponent, I suggest you don't. That's an easy way to get sent to HR. Easy way to get sent to HR. So I suggest you don't do that. But if you must, hey, I got a resource right there. They want to challenge you. Where's your source? Where's your source? The website's right there. You got it. So then when they're talking about USAID and all the money that we're given and they don't believe it, go to the website and just show it to them like, yo, it's right there. It's right there on the website, black and white. And it's not just from this one guy. He has sources from all over the place. It's an article on CNN. One of my favorite articles to cite was the NBC News article that said monkeypox is the STD. Oh man, that right there, people were upset about that. They were upset, big mad about that, because they had to come to terms with the fact that this monkeypox thing was something that was spread by men to other men, just like AIDS was back in the day. HIV AIDS, that was a gay male disease, and also IV drug use. That's what that was back in the day. And women are getting it from the men who like to shoot heroin and also like to have relations with men. That's usually how it goes, unless you got a female drug addict. But women are getting it from men who fornicate with other men and or they like to shoot heroin. Okay? So when I bring up the monkeypox, which is the 2020 version of AIDS, oh, that's a touchy, but it says it right here on NBC, right there on mainstream media. It says it right there. So what you gonna say? But anyway, all that is in the box, all my sources. And of course, go to the contact page of the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. There you'll be able to find my email address, my snail mail address, my UPS box, of course, my social media accounts, my Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, never going to call it X, TikTok. All those links are right there on the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. And as I always say, if you're ever wondering if you're conversing with me or not, just double check the method of communication. My email is very easy to remember. contact@anthonyblogan.com. Again, contact@anthonyblogan.com. I do read your emails, even if I don't respond, but I do read them. And if you can't remember their email, it's always on the website, and the website will always be in the box. And I'm very easy to find on the Googles. Now, if somebody is talking at you in the YouTube comment section and they say they're me, it's probably not me. If you're talking about trying to get you involved in the get rich quick scheme, Bitcoin, Forex. Did you guys see the person that was scammed by the Brad Pitt lookalike? Did you guys see that? I don't want you guys to have that happen to you any time soon, because you already know who it's going to be. You already know who it's going to be. Hold on. The Brad Pitt scam was a Nigerian guy, and I don't mean to keep picking on the Nigerians, but you guys keep doing the same things. I don't know why you do these things. Okay, so hold on. But look, watch. If I didn't show you this, I'm gonna show it to you again. If I showed it to you already, hold on. So look, woman scammed into believing she was dating Brad Pitt, divorced her husband, transfer over $800,000. The French woman said she was initially contacted by a scammer claiming to be Pitt's mother. Look at these pictures. So the Yahoo boy somewhere in Lagos was sending this lady pictures of Brad Pitt in a hospital and stuff like this. Okay, look at the caption. I love you so much, my wife. I love my wife so much. I love you so much. Could you please send the money to Western Union? I can't. Hey, send it to my cousin, Olabanjo Adewale. Send it to my cousin right now, because hey, I'm in Africa today and I don't have my regular account. So send it to my cousin Olawale. He will handle the funds from here. Please don't get scammed. It's 2025 now. I've been saying the same thing for years. Hey, people still get scammed. So as long as that's happening, I got to keep doing my spiel. Alrighty. But we got a lot. We have a lot to get through. Now, this is funny. Okay. So people are really upset about the new administration. Before I begin, I just want to tell people, don't let the media scare you. A lot, not you guys. You guys who watch me, y'all already know what time it is. But a lot of your family members, friends, co-workers, etc., normies in the street are scared to death. I put on my Facebook, I want to be able to sue the mainstream media for scaring the normie Americans, scaring them to death about Elon Musk. People are asking, what can we do to stop Elon? Can we sue him? Like, I promise, listen, the sun gonna shine tomorrow. Somebody said that Elon Musk had control of Social Security payments. Like, if you are a person on Social Security on SSI, Elon Musk was going to take it and put it in his own pocket. You weren't going to get paid. Really? You think Elon Musk is going to be able to stop SSI payments for real? Is that what the media is telling you? They're telling you that for real? What did they say? They say Elon has access sensitive payments. The same way an IRS agent or anybody at that place. Listen, having access to the payments does not mean he's going to be able to take the money and put it in his pocket. All that he's going to be able to do is see what is happening. He's going to be able to observe the transactions. That's the whole point of DOGE, is to audit. That's the point. Where are we spending our dollars? Why are we spending our dollars? That's his whole point. So he has to have access to see it, not to try and put it in his pocket. But see, the media, I mean, that should be common sense, right? But the media prey upon the ignorance of the people. They give them K through 12 schools in which they're totally ignorant and don't know anything. And then they give them college, same thing. Then they give them the mainstream media to tie it all together. And the people in the media are products of K through 12 in college where they get brainwashed. So they're out there just repeating wherever they told. And what they say is usually untrue, or it's presented in a way to create a narrative that's false. It's true to say that Elon Musk has access to the system, but it's not true to say or allude to that he can take the money and put it in his pocket or stop you from getting your SSI check. Like, that is not going to happen. Do you know the civil unrest? Listen, for one day, it wasn't even the full day, for half a day. Matter of fact, before I even say that, now, actually, I'm going to say that. For about an hour, half a day or something like that, in one city, it might have been New Orleans, the EBT system didn't work. It was almost civil unrest. People were getting ready to fight after an hour of the EBT system not working. Okay. You got a lady in the store trying to buy some steak and the card not working. She ready to fight immediately, instantly ready to fight. Can you imagine the pandemonium, the chaos in the streets if SSI payments just ceased? Can you imagine that? Like, it's just not going to happen. There was almost pandemonium in the streets over TikTok being down for half a day. TikTok, 12 hours, people were losing their minds, losing it. People were on the verge of jumping from buildings because TikTok was down for 12 hours. And a lot of the time that it was down, you should have been in the bed sleep. So really, out of your waking life, maybe 5 hours, TikTok was down. People were ready to completely throw their lives away. If we cannot sustain a TikTok shutdown for 12 hours, how are we going to sustain EBT being taken away? Or SSI? It's not going to happen. So please stop. Hey, if your liberal cousin is talking at you, complaining about this stuff, send them this video. Clip this, send them this video. Your EBT, your food stamps, all that ain't going nowhere. But I tell you what, though, you better hope we're able to hold on to this country, that the Chinese don't take over, because when the Chinese come in, not when, if they were to come in, all of that, grievance from slavery and the past and your childhood and my grandmama beat me. She tied me up in there like a dog and she fed me corn chips and peanuts all day. They don't care about that. Listen, the Great Leap Forward killed 30 million Chinese, and that was in the 1900s. It was recently. Recently they did that. Some of our grandparents were alive when that happened. Some of y'all were alive when that happened. Recently that happened. If they did that to their own people, do they care about your grievance? Do they care about your past? Do they care about, they got slaves right now in China. They don't care about slavery. Black man, you want to cry about slavery to China? They couldn't care less. Hey, and go over there and act a fool. You're going to be in the craziest prison you ever seen in your life. Act a fool over there and see what happens. Hey, in China, guess what? I heard a crazy story about a guy who got locked up for like 5 years or some years. 2 years, 5 years, don't really matter. What happened was he was at a bar, I believe Beijing, Shanghai, somewhere, and the police did some kind of raid. They did a hair follicle test, and it popped back positive for weed. Now, he was not in the bar smoking weed. He might have just had it in the system from the States or wherever he was. They got the hair follicle. Ooh, here goes some weed. Go to the penitentiary. Human rights, not lawyer. Man, please. Sovereign citizen. All right, go to China and do that. They don't care. So my whole point behind that whole China rant was you should hope that we stay the way we are with competent leaders, with people that love this country. Once you bring in the foreigners, the Chinese or whoever, all of that was going to go out the window. It's going to go out of the window. And something else. Yep. Organ harvesting. Oh, yeah. This world is really crazy, man. We got a good thing going on here in the USA. It's a really good thing. But a bunch of these bleeding heart liberals don't want to do what it takes to maintain it. They don't want to do it. They don't want to do what it takes to maintain the society that we've built. They don't want to do it. And those people, when they get into power, contribute to the degradation of our society. Your Maxine Waters, your California crew, Maxine, Mad Max, Nancy, her nephew, Caligula or Nero, whatever his name is. I mean, Gavin. These people don't want to do what it takes to maintain our society the way it's supposed to be. Anyway, but yeah, shout out to them. Let's get to this here. So there's a red lipstick movement where liberals are wearing this lipstick to protest. And hold on, there's another video I wanted to show as well. There was another one. And my thing is, why is it red lipstick? That's a pretty common color of lipstick. That's like the basic color. That's like wearing a black t-shirt to protest Donald Trump. Okay, a black t-shirt, you're not doing anything that's really unique or different. You're not doing anything that's unique or different there. But that's what they want to do. Hold on, let me see if I can find the other one because that was really crazy. All right, let me see. Well, I might not be able to find that one, but it's fine. It is totally fine. I think I got what I want right here. This individual. All right, we got music in the background, of course, because TikTok, they love just empty content with music and stuff like this. What's up with the application? To the ladies out there, I don't know anything about how you guys apply makeup, but isn't the lipstick usually like in the tube, like a chapstick, like a tube that's not that big? This is like an Ozempic needle with red lipstick in it. What is this? So, red lipstick movement. We're protesting the new administration by putting on the most basic color of lipstick, the most common color of lipstick that exists in the world. Now, there was another video of a dude doing it, like a regular dude doing it. I'm like, bro, if you gay, just say that. It's okay, man. Like, you only got to do all this extra stuff. Like, nobody cares anymore. Actually, at this point, being gay is kind of regular. That's like not even nothing. You got to be transgender to pop out and really make a difference. If you gay, that's like drinking water. Who cares? Like, I don't know, man. People are really weird. But that's some of your cousins. Like, imagine you go on your TikToks or whatever, and you see your aunt, your cousin, your grandma putting on red lipstick with the biggest applicator in the world because she wants to protest Trump. It's like, Barb, what are you doing, Barb? Put the lipstick down. But anyway, now here's something that's really good for women and girls, okay? Trump signs executive order to keep biological men. And you know what? I'm not going to say biological. I'm going to just say men, to keep men out of women's spaces. And matter of fact, I saw something that ESPN put out. ESPN said it crazy. Like, this was a lot. I'm going to show you what they put out as a statement or as like a headline or a caption to the article. Look, President Donald Trump will sign an executive order Wednesday designed to prevent people who were biologically assigned male at birth from participating in women's or girls' sporting events. People who were biologically assigned male at birth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 words to say one word. Man, men, males, dudes, hombres, muchachos, boys. Like, why we gotta say all this, ESPN? Come on now. It's 2025. You can leave the woke language in the past. We're going to move forward. We're going to say men and women. Didn't the orange man tell you it's just two genders? And it shouldn't have been the orange man thing. It shouldn't have been Trump having to come and say, all right, kids, you know it's just two genders, male and female. But didn't we already say that? Why we got to do all this? Assigned male at birth. That means you're a male, a man, a boy. Like, what are we doing? But anyway, so here he is signing the order to ban men from women's sports, to ban boys from girls' sports, to ban males from female sporting events.
I want to make this a really good signature. This is a big one, right? Oh, I think we have a 10. We have a 10.
Now, I think all those who were assigned female at birth appreciate this executive order. I think they really, really, really appreciate this EO. And it's not even about being a bigot, because that's the weirdest thing in the world. They say, oh, if you support this, that means you're a bigot. A bigot? I just want women, girls, to have a fair shake when it comes to athletics. It's unfair to have men compete against women. I don't care nothing about, oh, well, they could be on hormones, ABL. Them hormones ain't gonna change your 6'4" Michael Phelps looking, big jaw, big back, big shoulders, big feet. It's not gonna change all that. Upper body strength all crazy. You got guys doing 5,000 push-ups a day. They put on the wig, talk about something, yeah, I'm a woman. Meanwhile, the girl struggling to do 10 push-ups from the girl push-up position because her upper body is not as strong. She's stronger in the lower body, and her body is designed differently from a skeletal level to be able to carry human beings inside of her. Things that men don't do. We're designed differently for different purposes. Men are designed to work. Women are designed to bring forth life. That's what we're designed to do. Our designs give us advantages and weaknesses in certain activities. It's very simple. But the wokies and whatnot don't really care about biology. All they care about is their fifis, their feelings. Feelings got nothing to do with XX or XY. Regardless of what your feelings are, XX is still XX and XY is still XY. All right, so shout out to the Florida Panthers here. for visiting the White House and giving them a jersey. All right, let's check it out.
We've got a few gifts for you. Mark, you want to now?
There goes Stanley Cup right there. Look at that. Shout out to the Stanley Cup.
This is a trick. They say it's really heavy. This is a trick. Oh, I've lifted it. No matter what I do, I'll lift it.
You gotta love it. So shout out to the Florida Panthers. Shout out to them winning Stanley Cup. And shout out to everybody just being there, supporting the office, the Oval Office, and the president, giving them the jersey. I love it.
Do I get that too? Do I get that?
Yeah, give him the cup. So yeah, shout out to Trump. Shout out to the Florida Panthers. All right, that's a National Hockey League team, the one that Stanley Cup, the championship. All righty. Now, speaking about politicians, Joe Biden can never be in there holding that hockey stick without falling all over the place. He couldn't do anything without stumbling and bumbling. Now, here's Mitch McConnell falling yet again. Let's check it out. How many times is Mitch McConnell going to fall on the ground before we say, you know what? I think it's enough. He fell. I don't know if that was the one they're talking about, but he fell again recently down some steps. He's fallen a lot. I can't even keep track at this point. He's fallen so many times. Like, when you seeing your politicians doing stuff like this, it's time to retire. Mitch McConnell, how old are you at this point? 82 years old? He is 82 years old. He'll be 83. Now, matter of fact, he just turned 82. He just turned 82 in February. Nah, hold on. Actually, yeah, I'm right. He will be 83 on the 20th of this month. He looks every bit of it. Every bit of it. Shout out to the virile 82-year-olds out there. I know you guys exist. My grandma was like that. My grandma now is like that. She passed 82, and she don't be stumbling, bumbling, falling all over the place. She's still sharp as a razor blade. Not going to be doing all this jazz right here. Okay? My grandma, 87, and looks way more in control than Mitch. But I understand once you get to be a certain age, sometimes things can kind of just go differently. And he is at that particular stage of his life. So to Mitch, I just say, bro, it's time. It is time. If anybody going to tell you, I tell you, sir, it's time. All right. Jackie Blue, same thing. So your mom 86 can run circles around him? Yeah, my grandma's what? Grandma 87? Yeah, I think she's 87. She'll be 88 this year. Sharp as a razor blade. And I got an aunt that's like 80. How old is she? She got to be 83, 84, something like that. And still sharp. Still sharp. All right. Now, we have a LGBT protest. Some of these signs are fun. Look at some of these signs. Look, this one sign says, there is no LGB without the T. Oh, is that right? Is that right?
I want y'all to check when I say more power. When I say more people, I want y'all to check back more power. More people.
More power. More power. More power. Great overall.
Now, to the cool kids in the audience, can you explain what all these flags are? What's this one right here? This is yellow, white, purple, and black. What is that? I know the Transformer flag. I know that one. I've seen that one. That's that pink and blue looking thing. But what is that right there? What do all these flags mean? There's been like an explosion of flags ever since COVID-19. It started with the pride flag where they were trying to alter that. And the pride flag, they got so many colors on it. I don't know what's going on. It's some it's some things that give you vertigo. You look at it. It's like, what is a kaleidoscope or is it a flag?
More power! More power! More power!
Hold on. Sunny Day says, my 75-year-old sister just got married for the first time. She's in shape. Hey, shout out to your sister. 75 years old. Hey, ain't never too late for love. So shout out to her.
More power!
And then this person says, my identity isn't a trend. I can't tell. I cannot tell. You say your identity isn't a trend. I can't tell. You have on a terrorist scarf. That's trendy. You are a transformer. That's trendy. You got this sign that does not look to be too organic. That's trendy. There goes a new pride flag right there. You got the circle on it. You got the trans stuff on it. You got the black and the brown. And I really resent that, though. I really resent the black and the brown being put on there, because when they put the black and the brown on the gay flag, what that means is we're going to co-opt, we're going to appropriate your previous struggles in this country as black people. We're going to appropriate slavery. We're going to appropriate all things that you've done into our movement. So then when we want to do something for ourselves, we want to identify as leapfrogs. We want to identify as grasshoppers. We want to identify as cicadas before they come out of the ground and make all that noise. When they want to do that, they say, oh, if you're against this, that means you're racist. It means you hate black people. We saw that recently. What was the whole thing they were doing? I didn't forget right now, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Everything is about race, 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 race when it comes to the gay movement. If somebody's gay, LGBT, that's their business, but don't bring me into it. Don't bring in my history and my people and my struggles and my pain. Don't bring that. Hey, just leave that alone and you do your own thing over there. We're not the same. Being black or non-white is not the same as being gay. Okay? When I get up in the morning every day, I'm ABL, I'm a black dude. This is me. This is me. Okay? Some of the LGBTs can choose what they want to do. You could choose to be a nun, a priest, and not even engage. You could choose to live that lifestyle or not live that lifestyle. You may not want to, but you can if you want to. Me, ain't no choosing. What I'm going to do one day, I identify as white. Okay, Mr. Black Man, do you want this chicken and watermelon right now or later? What's going on? Ain't nobody going to give me that grace to say that I'm not black. But they can do whatever they want to do. But they want to include me in it to make what they want to do to be a permanent thing, to be in law, and to make others acquiesce to whatever that got going on. All right? I don't like it. Now, we got a song speaking about the gays co-opting black people. This person standing right next to a pride mural on the ground has a song about, what's it called again? Trusting black women, okay? I've not heard this yet. We're going to hear it together. You ready? Let's go.
Trust black women, they lead the way. Trust black women, they lead the way. White women, stop abandoning your sisters. Trust black women, they lead the way. Oh, we're mad as hell. Oh, can't you tell? Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? We just sent you fucking fascists. Oh, we're mad as hell. Can't you tell? Thank you.
All righty, so we got two white LGBTs talking about black women for no reason, just because it just fits. Okay, if you hate black women, if you don't like our song, if you don't like the LGBTs, you hate black women. That's the message that you got right there, with nobody black in sight at all. Two regular white liberal, one bull dagger and one normie chick, one baby bull dagger and one fully mature bull dagger. They're like Pokemon when you get them. They're like baby Pokemon at first, and then you put them in a little Pokeball, you catch them, and then they could grow inside the Pokeball. So right here is like a freshly hatched bull dagger, and this is a more of a fully grown and mature one. She's been fed pretty well. She's got a little bit of age. She's the full version of the bull dagger. All right. And if you call them bull daggers or anything like that, you hate black women, although they're both white. You see how that works? Speaking about white liberal women who want to talk about transformers and stuff like this, Jamie Lee Curtis. Now, a lot of you guys who are young do not know who this is. A lot of y'all have no idea, but she was super hot. Hey, here's ABL shaking fist at cloud. Jamie Lee Curtis was, believe it or not, this lady right here was hot as fish grease in the early 90s. Oh my Lord. She was hot. But now she's full of angst and wokeness, unfortunately.
I have a trans daughter.
So you got a son that thinks he's a woman who's a fully grown man, like almost 30 years old, if I'm not mistaken.
There are threats against her life. Just her existence as a human being. There are people that want to annihilate her and people like her. The level of hatred. As if we haven't learned from fascism. Like we haven't learned what the result of that is.
Fascism is funny because Trump is trying, or is actively doing, not just trying, because so far 20,000 federal employees have taken the early, maybe you want to say not retirement, but they've taken the package to go ahead and quit. Trump is actively reducing the size of the government. So how is that considered to be fascism? How does that make any sense?
The extermination of human beings. That is terrifying. So, Jamie Lee Curtis is scared. And you should be too. And Jamie Lee Curtis has a voice. And she's trying to use it. And you should too. And that's how we change things, is we think about them, we learn about them, and then we use our voices to bring attention to them and to fight against them.
All right, there you go. Jamie Lee Curtis, back in the day, she was a movie star. She had those commercials, Activia. That was, an interesting time. Didn't she also promote adult diapers or something like this? I think Activia was the yogurt and then she had the diapers and now she's doing this. Okay, there we have it. And her boy, hold on, can I show this guy? Jamie Lee Curtis, trans daughter. This dude, man. And in the previous generation, this dude might have been a truck driver or rig mechanic, something like that, diesel mechanic. And in the previous years, this would be the guy that would come out and work on your vehicle on the side of the road. But now things are different. And now he decides to identify as a young lady. All righty. I'm not sure how old this guy is, but he's up there in age. So shout out to him. Now, this person is talking about they're going to put transformers in concentration camps. Okie dokie. And this is not Jamie Lee Curtis's daughter. This is just, again, this guy looks like he could be our bar back in a dive bar in the middle of nowhere, like Arkansas. But instead, he has his identity, which is trendy. The nails and the beard painted the trans colors. These guys are like the equivalent of soccer fans in Europe, but for LGBT stuff instead.
With concentration camps looming in the United States, here's what queer people are doing. Yes, I said concentration camps. You can MAGA. We are getting a go bag ready. We are getting all of our documents ready. So driver's license, birth certificate, social security card, passport. Now, if you have to revert your passport and your documents to previously said gender identities that you were born with, do so. I'm allowed to do so with my driver's license that says X on it in the state that I'm in. I'm going Monday to revert that to my gender assigned at birth. So, the next step, we're going to have a go bag with shoes, clothes for 7 days, dehydrated food, think astronaut food, for 7 days. We're going to have $1,000 cash or prepaid credit card on hand.
All right, so you're talking about prepping, but where are we going? And that's not necessarily the best thing, but what are we doing? Where are we going? What's happening, boss?
And this is just for the emergency. This isn't for permanency. This is for a week of getting by off the grid. We're going to have anything ready for the pets that we're taking with us. So put some cat litter in your trunk. Put some cat food or dog food in your trunk. Make sure there's a leash there. Make sure you have everything ready for everything that you're taking with you. Make sure your medication is available and in extra stock.
Well, I know you're going to need that, some head meds, because you might be a little sick in your head. So I'm sure you got a whole litany of medications, not because you got diabetes or something like that. Well, you might have that, but that ain't really what's going on. You got some Lexapro, things like this.
So stock up on it. Ask your doctor for a 3-month supply at one time. Keep your gas tank full. Have all of this stuff available and ready to go in a moment's notice for every single person in your family. You do not need a passport to get into Canada or Mexico. You just need your documents. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't have a passport ready to go.
All right, so I don't play the whole thing, but you're talking about having a go bag and trying to leave. It's like, bro, ain't nobody going to put you in the camp. Like, you're not even really camp material. I need you to be in there working for real. Like, why would I want you in there? You're not going to be able to last 20 minutes without your pills. Like, I need to have able-bodied people in there working the camps. You, sir, are gonna, if you're not able to rely upon the state, if you want to just kind of go away somewhere, you're not going to be able to do it. Now, this guy, same thing. There was a big protest out there in New York City for the Transformers.
This entire city down. Not on our watch. Because what they will try to do, they will try to separate us. They will kick the trans people off the bus. They're kicking the indigenous people off the bus. They're kicking our intersex community off the bus. Our two-sphere plus family, they're kicking them off the bus. They just want a membership LGBT bus. Well, guess what, babe? That LGBT bus, it's not going to have any gas. It won't have any tires. Y'all not going any far. Because we are a community that is made and has been woven with the fire and the spirit of revolution.
Bro, if you knew your dad and you had a good relationship, you would not be out here cosplaying as your grandmother. That's what's going on with you, sir. You're not transgender. You just admire your grandma Mabel and you want to be just like her. You're Tyler Perry permanently. You're Madea permanently. At least Tyler Perry could just do it for the movies occasionally. You are permanently Madea. That's what's going on here. You don't even have like up-to-date fashions. You're like your grandma right now. Price is Right on the couch. That's you. Anyway, so shout out to them. Let's keep on going. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That helped me out tremendously. All right, so Phil Murphy, my man, the governor of New Jersey, admitted to having an illegal alien stashed away in his above garage room in his house. Check it out.
The governor of New Jersey practically daring the agency to come to his own home. Democratic Governor Phil Murphy declared on Saturday that he and the First Lady are allowing someone pursuing legal status to stay at their home. The governor a little vague on this, but the bold admission came at an event during a broader discussion about the policies of the new Trump administration. Here is the governor. Listen.
Tammy and I were talking about, I don't want to get into too much detail, but there's someone in our broader universe whose immigration status is not yet at the point that they are trying to get it to. And we said, you know what, let's have her live at our house above our garage. And good luck to the feds coming in to try to get her.
Pretty interesting. The state's attorney general is the governor of New Jersey.
So that was pretty clear. He said that the migrant, the woman, is in his above garage room, and he says, "Hey, come and take it." Molon Labe, right? Yo, come and get it. Come on, feds, come and get it. And then a spokesperson said, "Oh, nah, that wasn't really real. He doesn't really have anybody at his house." So you're lying. You're a liar one way or the other. Either you were lying about having this person in your home, or you like either way you're lying. You lied about her being there, or you're lying about not having her there. Yeah, unpaid labor. That's a slave. She gonna be in that. Hey, her living quarters are above the garage. That's where he keeps the slave. And sometimes she'll come out and clean around the house, tidy things up, little vacuum, little dusting, cleaning the bathroom, things of this nature. Okay, cooking the food. I'm not sure where she's from. She could be Hispanic, could be European, could be African. I don't know where she's from. But whatever her food is, she's going to cook that. Whether it's a bunch of borscht, okay, it could be some Lithuanian grandma up there weighing 1 million pounds, cooking all the borscht for the whole community. She could be African, the plantain, the fufu, the rice, all of that going to be hitting. She could be Hispanic, arroz con pollo all day long for free. That's called a slave. That's what that is, if you didn't know. But anyway, shout out to you guys for being here. I appreciate y'all. Let's keep on moving. Now, let's talk about the migrants and the assistance, shall we? Now, look, I'm going to put this on the screen. I'm going to just read the caption. Then we're going to get through the actual video. So it says, citizen family of five, $500 for food stamp assistance versus immigrant, quote unquote, immigrant, illegal alien, whatever, family of five, $3,500 of food stamp assistance. So when they say things like, oh, Americans don't want to work, migrants are working, all this, that, and the third, well, they're being subsidized to work. They're being paid more to work. And that's the whole point. That's the whole point. Like, these jobs don't pay anything that the migrants do. And since they don't pay anything, they're being given extra money by the federales. Now, if Americans were to get paid money from their job and from food stamps, you might see an increase in the workforce. I'm not saying they should get paid that, but I'm saying if you did, then the argument about Americans not wanting to work wouldn't be so valid now, would it? But let's watch.
Okay, check this out, people. I'm creating this video to create awareness. Okay. We were without working. We are seasonal workers.
I'm sorry for the music.
So we've been out of work for about 4 or 5 months, right? So we went to, we received an assistance.
Bro, before you continue, I'm sorry. I've become Dr. Now. I've become RFK Jr. I've become that guy. When I go to the grocery store and Wally Ward, where they are right now, that's the number one offender. I don't even like going to the grocery store between the 31st, the 30th, like the 30th and the 5th of the month. I don't even like going because I don't like seeing these big back carts full to the top. Okay, you got Sprite and Coke. Bro, you don't need any of that. And you already big. You got Sprite and Coke loaded to the top in your cart. For what? I can't even see the rest of that stuff in there. But Sprite and Coke, unless you got a vending machine or something like that, you don't need any of that garbage. Take all that stuff back. Take it back. But I'm gonna let him finish. I'm sorry. I'm gonna let him finish.
We received an assistance from the Department of Families. So they gave me a card with $500, and I am grateful. But what I want to tell you guys is that at the same time that I went, we are a family of five, and they gave us $500 each. But what gets me is that at the same time, I went with a family from Venezuela, family of five. I asked them, how much did you get? They gave them $3,500. And this is why most American citizens are really pissed off. You know, we work hard. We paid our taxes, we contribute to society, and we are second-class citizens.
So that you see, you get a general idea there. They're giving the migrants, illegal aliens, whatever, $3,500 a month for a family of five in food stamps, but you're an American citizen, you get $500. So obviously there's a problem. There's a problem there. And we are the taxpayers. We, the taxpayers, pay for the migrants to have that. I would rather pay Americans if I'm going to pay anybody. I'd rather everybody just work and have gainful employment. That's what I would want to have. But if you made me choose between the two options, paying the working citizens or the migrants, it'd be the working citizens, not the migrants. It's quite simple. So yeah, like I said, hopefully he got he gonna do some vending machine, but I think that's just his personal stash. I could tell. I could look at him and tell that's his personal stash. And nothing against him, but I want you guys to be healthy. You're gonna need to be healthy, man, because trying to rely upon the medical system is going to be a mess. I don't want you guys to be dependent upon the medical system for things that are preventable. I understand some things you can't really account for. You can't always predict how you're going to be in your health. But if you weigh 1,000 pounds and you're drinking, you guzzling sodas all day, big bad snacks, sugar, fat, salt, sugar, high fructose corn syrup, all that kind of stuff, I want you to stop, man, because you're going to just hurt yourself. And the way the country is going right now, we're getting it back on track, but I don't want you guys to get caught blindsided by a bad administration and your health is in jeopardy and you could have prevented the thing happening to you. But let's go to Selena Gomez. This is an older video, of course. She did this a few days ago, but I want to show this just because I've not shown it here. Or I got another video I want to show you after this. So we know Selena Gomez started crying because of the migrants, all that kind of stuff. I'm going to play it one more time, then we're going to get to some more videos.
I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting attacked. The children. I don't understand. I'm so sorry. I wish I could do something, but I can't. I don't know what to do. I'll try everything, I promise. I just wanted to say that I'm so sorry. All my people are getting...
Okay, so you get the idea. Can I show Candace Owens' impression of Selena Gomez?
Picturing her setting up for that makes me laugh, right? So you have a feeling coming on. Imagine you in your life, like something happens, I don't know, you start crying hysterically, like nobody grabs their cell phone. Think about the steps there, right? Oh, I'm sad. I'm on my Instagram. My live. I'm so sorry. Am I live? Is it going? Okay, it's live. Bad sir. I'm so sorry. I don't know what is happening. It's weird.
It is weird. It is weird. 100%. That's why I say, look, if somebody go live and they crying, like that's a red flag. You had to go through all these steps. Hey, over the microphone, all this and do all that, man. Come on, stop. Stop it. Hey, Candace, you are a funny person. I love when you lean into the comedy. I love your comedy, Candace. You are smart and hilarious. So shout out to you. Okay, Candace Chappelle, Candace Rogan, Candace Rock. Shout out to her. Now let's keep on going here. All right, no more of her crying and whatnot. Let's go to Nino America and his opinion about Selena Gomez.
Shame on you, Selena Gomez, for fake crying over illegal aliens being deported back to their homeland. I've never seen you cry over the missing and exploited women and children that get trafficked through the southern border into the United States of America. I've never seen you cry over the American citizens that have been hurt or unalived by these same illegal aliens that you're crying for. Selena Gomez, why don't you house these people in your LA mansion or one of your mini homes that you possess? Selena Gomez, you're a fraud and a fake.
Right on. So shout out again, Nino America. 100% correct. 1000% correct. All day long. All day long. Now, this guy was pretty funny as well. The caption, where do we order these personalized crying videos from Selena Gomez? Like, can I get her on Cameo? Can I just say, hey, I'll pay you X amount of money if you give me a crime video, but make it out to my cousin and them, and say their name in it and say my name in it, but I want you to be crying the whole time. Can I get that? All right, let's see.
Does anyone on here know? Please.
RIP to the headphone user. Sorry for that. Let's go start from the top.
Does anyone on here know? Please, I need some help. Where do you go to order a personalized crying video from Selena Gomez? Like, do you send her a message telling her like, "Hey, Selena, I need you to make a video crying about this," and then she does it? Like, how much do these cost? How do I get in touch with her? I've already tried on Instagram, but I can't message her on there because she doesn't follow me. She's so stuck up, I swear. But I did just directly post this on my ex account, and I tagged her, seeing if I can get her to make me a personalized.
Hold on. So his caption says, "Where can we order a personalized crying video? Can you make one about my girlfriend spending too much money on her nails? I can cash app you immediately." Hilarious.
This video about my girlfriend spending too much damn money on her nails every week. So yeah, I'm desperate. I really need help from Selena Gomez on this.
So shout out to my man, 100%. And yeah, Selena Gomez, all these crying celebrities, it's just stop. It's just stop. All right. Now, shout out to Joy Villa. Joy Villa is also Latina. And she had a few words about what Selena Gomez said over at the Grammys. And speaking about the Grammys, I saw some chatter about the Grammys on social media, but I've not watched any award show since I don't know when. I can't tell you the last time I actually watched an award show, like unironically. The last I remember about an award show was when Kanye came on stage with Taylor Swift. Like back in 2009 when Kanye did the whole Beyonce should have won all this, that, and the third with Taylor Swift. I mean, I'm sorry, I'm going to interrupt you. That was 2009. That was 16 years ago. That was the last time I could remember something from an award show. And I don't think I watched that. That was 2009. So I was like 25 years old. I've not watched an award show since I've been probably like in high school. But let's see this from Joy Villa. All right, let's check it out.
I think the ones that should be deported are being deported. To be honest, I'm a Latina. My family came from this country to this country legally. And I love to see rapists, human traffickers deported. I don't want to see them here. I want us to be free for all colors, for all people. Like, that's what makes America great again. So we can create, so we can live. Like, as an artist, as a musician, I want to be able to walk at night and not think that I'm going to get killed by an illegal alien. And so those are the people getting deported, and those are the people that should get deported.
Right on. So shout out to Joy Villa, and the hat stays on. Hey, the hat stays on. We're still doing it. 2025. I like, you know what? The little break we got. It's unfortunate they had to wreck the economy. It's unfortunate we got all these illegal aliens in here causing crime, but we're able to get things back on track, and we're able to show people just how inept Democrat leadership is. And also, they're still trying to go back to the same old things they've been doing, the same old gaslighting. They're scaring people though, man. People on my, a lot of my older family members, they're afraid. I try to tell them it's going to be okay, but they're not trying to hear me. They'd rather listen to Rachel Maddow and people like that telling them what's going on rather than me. Now, Bishop Buddy, remember the so-called female bishop over in DC that had that really ridiculous woke sermon when Trump and his family were there after he became the president? Now look, Bishop Marianne Buddy's Episcopal Migration Ministries, AEMM, collected $53 million from government programs in 2023, just 1 year, for immigrant resettlement. So now you understand why she was so adamant about talking about the migrants and they love us and all this, that, and the third. Yeah, because you're getting paid. Listen, I'll read that one more time. Bishop Marianne Buddy's Episcopal Migration Ministries, EMM, collected $53 million from government programs in just 1 year, 2023, for immigrant resettlement. Of course, you're going to be so woke and whatnot against the president because he's messing with the bag. He's messing with the bag. That's all. All this, oh, please have mercy on their souls. Please have mercy on them. You just trying to keep getting that money. That's all that it is, Bishop Buddy. That's all that it is. So look, if you just want some money from the government for your migrant services, just say that. Just say that, and then I will understand. Okay, now I'll understand why she did that. I'm not going to agree, but it would make sense. All right? So yeah, shout out to, hey man, we getting that money. It's all about money. Now, let's go back to the Democrats right quick. This is still from that recent DNC thing they did. And I'm going to give you a freeze frame of the video. You can already see what's going on. Matter of fact, that might not be the best frame. He had his mouth like a wide mouth bass, wide open. That might not have been too good with what's going to be on the screen right next to him. So look at the pronouns on the screen. Their, zim, their, her, ze, she, his, ze, they, them, zim, her, they, him, he. Why we gotta do all that? Like, what is the purpose? Let's see what he's got to say.
Rules specify that when we
Hey, this right here was not a good freeze frame. But anyway.
The rules specify that when we have a gender non-binary candidate or officer, the non-binary individual is counted as neither male nor female, and the remaining 6 offices must be gender balanced. With the results of the previous 4 elections, our elected officers are currently 2 male and 2 female. In order to be gender balanced, we must elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender.
So how does that work? Is if you flip a coin, like, okay, what we gonna do? What's gonna be the third gender? Another male, another female, a non-binary. If we pick a non-binary for the third gender, that'll satisfy both sides because it's half and half, or a neutral gender.
So again, this is what we have to do for this vice chair race. We have to elect 1 male, 1 female, and 1 person of any gender. To ensure our process accounts for male, female, and non-binary candidates, we conferred with our RBC co-chair, our LGBT caucus co-chair, and others to ensure that the process is inclusive and meets the gender balance requirements in our rules. To do this, our process will be slightly different than the one outlined to you earlier this week, but I hope you will see that in practice it is simple and transparent. The order of balloting is designed to ensure equal access to the ballot, regardless of gender identity.
These are your Democratic Party officials. This is the DNC. This ain't just a regular guy. This is, what's my man's name? Jamie something. This guy's like a head honcho over at the DNC, the national organization. And all this stuff makes no sense. And you're wondering why they can't govern. They're so concerned about things that are irrelevant, things that don't matter. Gender, like, I don't care nothing about that. Hey, check it out. Can I say something right quick? Can it be a teach bit controversial? I don't care if the federal government was 100% white males. I couldn't care less. If those are the guys that can run the show the best, then so be it. So be it. I don't care. I don't care. If NBA basketball is 100% black, then so be it. I don't really care nothing about none of that. Regardless, if I'm in the best place, the best governed place, I'm going to thrive. People around me are going to thrive if I'm in the best place to succeed as a human being, period. I couldn't care less about the color of those who run the show. Can you run the show? Yes or no? And just because you're white don't mean you're going to be the best person. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying I don't care if that's what it winds up being. Obviously, it's more to leadership than skin color. Joe Biden's a white guy. Do I want to vote for him? No, I don't. Trump don't count. He's not white. Trump is orange. Trump is orange, and orange is a new black, so he's black. I'm going to identify Donald Trump as black because his skin is orange. And orange is closer to black than it is to white. In my mind. Orange is a new black, so he don't count. But seriously, Trump's white, Biden's white. But they're different. I'm looking at your ideology. I'm looking at your ability, your experience, your know-how, your previous track record. Okay, are you a people person? Do you get along with others? Do you work well on the team? Things that actually matter. Your merit, your character, your skills, your ability, all that matters. Your skin color is irrelevant. Totally irrelevant. The nation thought this in 2008 and 2012 when they got Barack Obama in there. The skin color didn't matter, did it? They thought he'd be the best guy to be able to run the nation. Now, that wasn't really true, but people thought that. That's what should matter. So yeah, all this gender and color and all that kind of stuff. And the crazy part is that people that don't want race to matter harp on race 24/7. Anyway, hey, that's right, Devin. It makes too much sense. I try. I try my best. Now, speaking about the white man, Jasmine Crockett, I hate her so much because she is like a stereotype. She's like BAP, a Black American princess. You guys ever seen BAPS, the movie? This is her right here. And the thing about it is she's not being authentic. If you're going to be a certain way, then you shouldn't have to embellish who you are. Okay, you're doing extra stuff. I don't feel the authenticity from you. This is performative at best. Black American princess in government, it's a mess. But let's just watch.
That's what's happening right now. I am tired of the white tears. Listen, if you are competent, you are not concerned. When I walk into Congress every single day, you know why I don't feel a way and why you can't make me doubt who I am is because I know that I had to work 10 times as hard as they did just to get into the seat. When you look and you compare me to Marjorie Taylor Greene or me to Lauren Boebert, there is no comparison. And that is the life that we have always lived. So the only people that are crying are the mediocre white boys that have been beaten out by people that historically have had to work so much harder. This is why they don't want us to have education. That's what's happening.
Okay, so who is they? They don't want you to have education. I say you need to get educated. I say you need to learn how to read and write and do all that kind of stuff. And the crazy part, again, she's an educated person, but she pretends to not be. Look at your fashion and stuff like this. Like, is this like the Housewives of Atlanta? Like, what is this? Like, this is who she reminds me of right here. Hold on. You ever seen BAPS, the movie? Yeah. You see this? Like, that's pretty much what she reminds me of. An actor portraying a crazy black female stereotype. That's what she reminds me of. Okay. That's pretty much her right there, and the white lady. All right. And RIP to her. That lady right there, the actress, she actually died in real life. RIP to her. And of course, we got Halle Berry with the beehive updo. That's what she reminds me of. And I don't like that. Be authentic, be a real person, and worry about governance rather than petty beef between you and other female members of Congress. All right. Now, Chuck Schumer. I got to get to Chuck Schumer. Now, Chuck Schumer, do not threaten me with a good time, sir. Do not threaten me with a good time, because I take you up on the offer. I take you up on it. All right. Let's hear this. He's fear-mongering about DOGE, but his fear-mongering is not working. It's actually exciting for me. Let's watch.
Also know this is just the beginning. If DOGE attacks USAID today, then you can be sure they'll move on to another target tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Postal Service or the IRS or even the Social Security Administration. They could be next. Or maybe our national security agencies. Also know this is...
Hey, hold on. One more time if you didn't hear it, because he's talking about these things like there'd be a bad thing, like we would be against it. I don't think any of us watching would be against all those agencies he mentioned being examined with a fine-tooth comb, or maybe even shut down if need be. One more time.
Also know this is just the beginning. If DOGE attacks USAID today, then you can be sure they'll move on to another target tomorrow. Who knows? Maybe it'll be the Postal Service or the IRS or even the Social Security Administration. They could be next. Or maybe our national security agencies. Also know this is...
That is actually the goal. That's the goal. I've been saying it for years. Since I first started, the government's gotten too big. We got to reduce the size of the government. It's too big. I've been saying the federal government sucks. It's too big. It's too corrupt. There's no transparency. There's no accountability. People do whatever they want. They make stupid decisions. I've been saying that. So yeah, let's go through and figure out what's going on. Now, speaking about corruption, graft, waste, fraud, abuse, etc. Zelensky says he's only received 75 billion out of the 177 billion that we've given Ukraine. So where is the other 102 billion at? Anybody want to tell me? And anybody got an idea where the 102 billion with the B went? Or do we just not know? And anybody gonna say nothing? Let's watch.
Дивіться, я коли чую, і раніше чув, і
So I'm gonna translate some of this because I see it at the bottom. I'm gonna just read it. It says, look, when I hear, and I heard before, and today we hear from the United States of America.
Сьогодні ми чуємо від Сполучених Штатів Америки, що Америка
that America gave Ukraine hundreds of billions, 177 to be more precise.
Дала Україні сотні мільярдів, 177, якщо сказати більш точно, така звучала точно.
That's what the exact figure sounded like, which was supported or voted by the Congress, etc. And if you guys speak Russian, Ukrainian, let me know if this is an accurate translation.
Цифра, яку підтримували або голосував Конгрес, тощо різні організації.
Look, as a president of a warring country, I tell you, we received just over 75 billion out of 177 billion.
Дивіться, я як президент воюючої країни вам говорю, ми отримали.
Now, some of y'all are saying don't believe Zelensky. I mean, that's a point, but I don't really believe either. I don't believe either one. I don't believe him or the government. But he's saying it, so it's up to the government to come out and say something else. And if they don't, then you got to ask yourself, why haven't they corrected him? And if they don't correct him, that must mean he's telling the truth. And if he's being honest, then where's the money?
Більше 75. Тобто 100 мільярдів.
That is 100 billion of these 177 or 200. Some people say we have never received.
Мільярдів з цих 177 або 200, говорять навіть деякі люди, ми ніколи не отримували. І це важливо.
And that is important.
Бо ми говоримо про конкретні...
But you get the idea. I ain't gonna play the rest of it. But basically he's saying that $100 billion is missing that they were supposed to get in aid. So the question, maybe two questions. Is he telling the truth? And if he is, where's the money? Where's the money? Now, here's Trudeau. Shout out to the Canadians. I know you guys are tired of this man. I know you guys are tired of him. I'm tired of him. I don't want to see this twerp any more than you do. But unfortunately, he's still there in Canada. He's going to be gone soon, but he's still there. Here he is saying Canadians should not visit the United States.
And now is also the time to choose Canada. There are many ways for you to do your part. It might mean checking the labels at the supermarket and picking Canadian-made products.
Is that what we're going to do? You're going to take the whole Made in America thing, the little sly grin? All right, Castro Jr., Castro's boy. Is that what we're going to do? Hey, made in Canada. All right, that's fine. That's fine. I'm glad you're starting to see our ways.
It might mean opting for Canadian rye over Kentucky bourbon, or foregoing Florida orange juice altogether.
There's no way. Listen, there is no way. I need that Florida orange juice. I got some in the fridge right now. I go to the store and get Florida orange juice by at least two of them at a time. The little deal they got at Publix, 2 for $7 with the cartons. I love orange juice. I refuse. I wish I would. If I was in Canada talking about some, hey, don't drink Florida orange juice, man, please. You are smoking all kind of crack.
It might mean changing your summer vacation plans to stay here in Canada and explore the many national and provincial parks, historical sites, and tourist destinations our great country has to offer.
Canada is beautiful. It's a beautiful place. But so basically he's saying, yo, the United States, we're not with the United States. We're going to be anti-US. We're going to be pro-Canada. Canada all day long. Bro, Canada is a beautiful place. You got great people. Shout out to the Canadians watching. But can we be honest for a minute? All of your population is on the U.S. border, bro. Bro, the U.S. is about 325 million people, maybe 325 to 350. With the migrants, 375, 400 million. We got a lot of people here. Canada has what? Like, what's population in Canada right quick? I don't want to say the wrong thing. Canada population is what? 40 million. And the majority of your population is right there on the border of the US. So come on, man, stop it.
And now
let's keep on going. Now, apparently the Canadians were booing the US national anthem. Say it ain't so, Canadians. Say it ain't so. I would never boo "Oh Canada." I would never boo the king. What's your king's name? Henry, William, Jacob, Joseph. I don't know his name. Andrew. Y'all know what I'm talking about. A new king, because the queen mother, she passed, and then the next person came in. But I would never boo them if they came to the United States. Okay, I'm hearing a little bit of booing, a little bit of booing among the applause. I think the majority of you guys are going to be applauding. Shout out to the Canadians for respecting our country. We do the same thing to y'all. Listen, we have nothing against Canada or Canadians. We don't like the way that the government is operating and how we're being ripped off. It's just business. It's nothing against nobody. It's just purely business, nothing personal at all. All right. Hey, it's all good, Rick. Hey, I don't hold nothing against you guys. I know the majority of people respect us, and the same thing for y'all. Yeah, it's just some losers that are on the same page as Trudeau. This is the reason why Trudeau's in power, because a lot of people in Canada, unfortunately, like him or they liked him past tense. That's why he became the president. But it's the same thing going on here. It's like, okay, Biden became the president because of some funny stuff and because some people in this country actually wanted to have him here. So those people are not going to be the majority of us, but they exist. And they're going to do things like that. So when you see some of these LGBTQ, LMNP, X, Y, and Z protests on a road, understand that's just not American citizens. That's some of these weirdos, the mouth breathers that kind of stay over there the majority of the time, or up under the basement in the sewer like Ninja Turtles, and they come up for air and they smell like the sewer and they act a fool. That's not the majority of us, although they do exist. Same way that you guys have those same kind of people in your country. All right. Now, this is a Toronto jury story. Toronto, are you okay? Are you okay, Toronto? Look at the bars. Are you in prison or are you in a jury store? Are you in jail or are you trying to find some jury? I mean, that's a little much, but hey, if you got crime and stuff happening in your country, that's crazy. I've never seen a store like that. If I gotta go basically to visit somebody in the penitentiary to buy some earrings or something like that, I think maybe I'm in the wrong place. When I first came out here to Tennessee, I had never really seen such widespread glass or like the bulletproof glass. So the way in Virginia, when I was still out there back in 2017, you go to 7-Eleven, any kind of convenience store, it's usually 99.99% of the time, no kind of glass or nothing up. You could just go straight up, buy what you want, and go about your way. But out here, they got the glass up. It'd be like a little slit to pay the money and leave. You couldn't just access the back of there at all. So yeah, when I see the glass and bars like that, that tells me that there's a crime problem. Okay, now we got some protests out here. I believe we're in, this looks like it could be California, but there was also one in Atlanta, but it wasn't as big as one in Southern California, LA. All right, here's a protest for you. RIP to the headphone users. All right, let's watch though. But look though, my question is, if we're going to protest with Mexican flags and other flags of other countries, why are you here? Why are you here? Because we are already home. We're Americans. We're already home. We don't have to go home. We're already home. You guys have a home to go to. You are a guest here in this country if you're not legal. Either you're a guest legally or illegally, but you have a home to go back to. We are already home. There's no other home for us to go back to. We're already where we're supposed to be at. Why would I be in a foreign country as a guest, invited or not, waving my flag to protest? What are you protesting? I don't understand. I don't get it. Like, you're free to go. All right, now they're in Wally World. They're in Wally World with the flags. No sound on the video. Okay. And different nations' flags. We got Mexican flags. We got a lot going on. Man, right here we got a scooter. Got signs, F-ICE, all kind of stuff. This person's sign says, I'm a woman, I am Mexican, and some cuss words for no reason. All right. And then it says, stop hurting children. It's un-American. Hurting children? Hey, we're telling you to not come over here illegally, regardless of where you come from, regardless of what your color is. How are we hurting children? When you guys are trafficking children in the Rio Grande and they wind up in the hands of predators, wind up in the hands of pimps, wind up dead, things of this nature, that's harming children. We're telling you, hey, don't do that because you're harming the kids. When you're bringing them here illegally, you're harming them. They get trafficked, they get abused, they get sold. That is a problem that we're trying to stop. But you guys say that that's racist to stop that problem. It's weird. All right, we got more protests.
Guess I'm not leaving as soon as I thought.
Man, look, bro got a big truck. If anybody just wants to get in the road, I thought maybe we were past the whole road protest thing where they block traffic. I thought we were past that, but I guess not. Yeah, this is LA right here. Man, listen, pedal to the metal. Pedal to the metal. All this right here, man, you just in the way. And you never know what people got going on. They could have, you could be actually harming your fellow Hispanic people, Mexican people. You might have somebody that their grandma done fell and bust their head open. They're trying to get to the hospital and you in the way. And when that lady dies, you'll say, oh, we did it for her. It's like, okay. Man, no, man, get out of the road. Again, I don't care where they came from. You in the road, you're in the way. So it looks like we got some kind of standoff happening right here. If you guys know what's happening, y'all let me know. Looks like we got police. And they are blocking this area. And across from that, you got migrants. I'm not sure what's going on there. But look, y'all have to go. Who cares? Your protest, what do you think is going to be accomplished with your protest? What's really going to happen? People wanting to fight now, of course. Tension's going to get flared up. People want to fight.
Don't touch my phone. They go. Don't touch me.
Someone just run her over. Let's go.
I'm sorry, what?
No, hey.
No,
hey.
say to run her over.
Hey.
Run me over.
Advocating for-
I look like what?
Like a real big hoe.
Like a real big hoe? You feel like a big man talking like that? You feel like a big man, fatty? Go back home! Go back home! How about the rape trees? Let's talk about the rape trees on the way from Mexico to America. Let's talk about the children who are raped repeatedly by coyotes and cartels and criminals. You're quiet now. Oh, you walk away? Oh, you don't want to talk about that. You don't want to talk about the women and the children that are being killed. If you are here illegally, enjoy your stay. You're getting deported soon. This is not stolen land. It was conquered. Sorry, your people were too weak.
It's all the hatred in their heart.
It's a public place. If you do that, that's assault.
I don't give a fuck, bitch. You got me.
Look, it's just these nice people here for a better life. Families do belong together. You can all be deported together.
No human is illegal.
Actually, borders are a thing, and if you're here illegally, then you're illegal.
And the funny part is, the funny part about all of this is that all these nations that are out here, Salvador, Mexico, etc., they have their own immigration and border policies. Go over there illegally and see what happens. Matter of fact, go over there illegally and try to sell some drugs. Go over there and they think you might be a drug dealer. Remember that it was them black folks that got killed out there near Texas and Mexico? They took a wrong turn. That was it. Deleted them immediately. Immediately fired on them instantly. And it wasn't like really a big deal. Go over there and just do whatever you want to do and see what happens. They will delete you instantly and it won't even be a problem. Over here, we're gracious to you. We treat our guests probably the best out of any place in this whole world. Out of anywhere in this whole world, we treat our guests the best, whether they be here legally or legally. Go over there, it'll be night immediately. With no kind of, ain't gonna be no criminal action, ain't nobody going to prison or nothing.
You should walk into traffic.
I should walk into traffic.
You should walk into traffic.
Okay. Stop touching me. Stop running into me. Ma'am, your arm is very fat and you're running it into me on purpose. Please stop touching me. If you love Mexico so much, please go back. Are you here illegally?
You're a trippin'.
You are?
Yeah.
I can't wait until ICE deports you.
Come on.
I'm allowed to walk on the sidewalk, thank you. Take you on a trip. You'll appreciate the steps.
I appreciate the steps. Was hilarious. Hey, I like her. I forget her name. Sarah Gonzalez. Shout out to Sarah Gonzalez. She's amazing. Sarah Gonzalez out there in Texas. She's on Blaze TV. All right. So shout out to her. Amazing. Love her. Love that video. Love the compilation. It was amazing. Again, her name is Sarah Gonzalez. All right. Oh, here's a funny one. All right. So we got a protest and somebody wants to drive up on it, playing some music.
I'll solve it. Check out the hook while my DJ revolves it.
I love it. Hey, Ice Ice Baby. I love it. Hey, you know what? If you're here legally, I got no problem. I don't care what color you are, where you from or nothing. If you do things right, it's fine. When you do things wrong, it's not fine. And when you do things wrong, it's not fine wherever you go in this world. When you do things wrong, it's not fine, but we treat people that do things wrong probably the best out of anywhere in the world. Canada maybe might be better than us as far as leniency on criminals. Go over there and try to do that kind of stuff that you do over here. It's just not going to work out like that. Like, go to Afghanistan somewhere as a woman, and in general, as a woman, go to Afghanistan and see what happens. But don't wear your head wrap and all of that. They're gonna stone you right in the street. It's gonna be a mess. All right, let's watch this.
I find it crazy that you guys are out there protesting shit that you have no education on. And on top of that, you guys leave a mess, doing burnouts in the parking lot, leaving your trash behind. And then you guys light up an American flag on fire. That'll show them. Majority of you are just supporting for the clout. To record an Instagram story, get your views up, get some likes going. Do some research before you go out there. Google is literally a free service. B4, how do you expect anyone to take you guys serious when you guys are out there doing dumb shit? Especially some of you that are pushing 30, being loud for the clout. That shit's embarrassing. I find it.
There you go. Shout out to my man. Hey, does that appear to be a white person talking? Is he a white person talking? Is he talking crazy or does he make sense? People are out there just doing things just to get some attention, just to get some clout. This is not going to do anything else. 100%. So shout out to my homie right there. All right. Shout out to him. All right. Now, New York, NYPD. Shout out to the New Yorkers. Have you heard about this? It says NYPD is going to ride the subway overnight from 9 p.m. to 5 a.m. for the next 6 months. Now, New Yorkers and everybody else, is it going to work? Will it make a difference? Y'all let me know in the comments. Y'all tell me. Hey, what's up with the floor of the subway though? Like, what's that stuff on the ground? Like, what is happening with the floor? Can we get the floors refurbished and on the subway cars? And it also says Mayor Adams wants 2 cops on every single subway. Man, these floors look like concrete, man. Like, what is going on? You guys are wild. So, Chronicles or the Collapse says, LOL, nope, I'm here from New York. Well, hey, that's unfortunate. Somebody says pee and salt, spooge on the snow. Is it salt from the street? Covering the entire floor. The entire floor is crazy. Yeah, the female cops, I don't really understand the purpose of female cops. Not to be like out in the street trying to fight crime. Unless you got like a bulldagger cop out there. Yeah, I've seen some strong bulldagger cops. They can handle their own out there, but I saw this one video of a graduating class, I believe. It might have been Detroit somewhere. They're not gonna fight no crime. I'm gonna show you that video right quick. That whole thing was a big crazy mess. What they got going on with the female cops. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Let me see if I'm able to find that. Yeah, but hopefully the female cops are able to handle business a little bit, at least. A little teeny bit. All right, so, yeah, here we go. So it says a few dozen more police officers will be patrolling the streets of Detroit as the city holds a graduation ceremony for 39 new recruits. All right, so 39 new recruits in Detroit. Now, what do you guys think? All right, hold on. I'm going to put it on the screen for you guys. I'm going to put it on the screen, and let's watch.
39 new officers took the oath at Second Ebenezer Church. Chief Todd Bettison said the new cops will have a special place in his heart.
Class of 2025A, you get a chance to have that uniform on. And what's so special about this class that makes you extra special to me is you're my first class.
The officers went through 6 months of rigorous training in the Detroit Police Academy and are the first graduates this year.
One more time.
1, 2, 3, 4, Detroit Police Force. We like it here, we love it here, we find it.
Is it just me or is the average height like 5'4"? Am I tripping? Do y'all see what I see? I see one dude that's like my size right there, the black dude. That's like the only person. The rest of them, I see. Out of 39, I might see 37 women. And they're all, I don't see no bulldaggers. Maybe the lady in the front. In the front, she's like the tank of the crew, right? She's the tank girl. The rest of the girls are like regular normies. The tank in the front, I might be able to go to battle with her. The rest of them, if you get somebody tweaked out on PCP who has superhuman Incredible Hulk strength, what are they going to do to stop them? You tell me. Do you think that they're going to be able to stop some cracked out dope fiend, acting the fool, or somebody that having withdrawal from heroin? Okay, somebody's on the street laid out, slobbing, overdosing. Then Narcan come in, boom, they're back, and they got the roach activities crawling around. They want to fight immediately. What are they going to do to help? What are they going to do to stop them? Not a thing. Somebody said 5'2", that's the average height right there. One man, 38 women. Pretty much. Yep. Pretty much. They probably couldn't get a lot of cops to want to join in Detroit, which is understandable. But if the purpose was to have an all-female class, I don't really understand. I don't get it. They call for backup. Yeah, they call for backup. and they get 2 more lollipop kids to come out and try to help, and they all gonna get beat up. They all gonna get beat up. My thing is, I want the best of the best. And it's not even about me trying to be a misogynist or something like this. If there was an all-male nursing staff, I don't know about that. I'm not quite sure about that. Maybe they could do a good job. There's good male nurses, but nursing is usually a female thing that they are really good at. Being a police officer in a place like Detroit with high crime, you might want some guys that kind of are a little rough and tumble. In Atlanta, their cops, they looking like guys that come from the street. They looking like Gucci Man, Young Thug. They looking like that. And you need that kind of energy out there with these guys that don't care about fighting you. They'll punch you in the face immediately. And what are you going to do when that happens? 5'2" young lady, here come a dude looking like me. This dude above 6 foot tall, 200 pounds, punch you right in the mouth. All your teeth fall out. What you going to do? It's not good, man. It's not good at all. Okay, let's get to Elon right quick. The Elon derangement syndrome. Let's get to that right quick. Then we get to the calls. Hold on. King Chris says, I saw a clip of 2 female cops chasing a lady, and she was easily jogging away from them. Exactly. Jogging, not even the sprint. I can run right now in the full sprint, and they're not going to catch me, even at my age. She's not going to catch me. I'm tall. I'm already a black dude. I got the quick twit. You're not going to catch me. You're not going to catch me. But let's watch what Trump says about Elon. All right. Let's go.
Do you feel that Elon Musk is delivering on his promises to you? Do you feel he's doing a good job right now with
I do. I think Elon's doing a good job. He's a big cost cutter. Sometimes we won't agree with it and we'll not go where he wants to go. But I think he's doing a great job. He's a smart guy, very smart. And he's very much into cutting the budget of our federal government.
Mr. President.
Right on. That's his whole thing. People are afraid of Elon. Oh, I didn't vote for Elon. Elon has a task that he has been given by our elected officials, the same way that anyone is given the task. Just because someone is working with the government does not mean they got to be elected. Okay, you can hire people as an elected official. Okay, Mr. Trump. Okay, Mr. Secretary of X, Y, and Z. I want you to do this. All right, so we're going to appoint people as you got a cabinet. We don't vote on the cabinet. We don't vote on who the Secretary of the Interior is going to be. They get appointed by those who we elect. We trust their judgment to lead the nation, not just by executive order or by speaking, but by appointing the correct people to carry out certain tasks. Okay, Tom Homan is not an elected official, but he's going to be very important to the administration. He's been given the role by those who we elect. That's how it works. All right, let's keep on here. All right, actually, I'm not going to play that one. Let me come back here. I got a lot of videos that are not necessarily linked to the point, and I know I got a little bit of time left. All right, here we go.
We don't pledge.
Let's see. Play right here. Here we go.
We don't pledge allegiance to the billionaires. We don't pledge allegiance to Elon Musk. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
Why they got to be all that? Why they got to be creepy?
And so I want to make sure that my mother gets her Social Security check, not because she pledges allegiance to Elon, but because she pledges allegiance to the United States of America.
Bro, you are in politics, I suppose. Does your mom need SSI? Does your mom really need that, bro? Why get up here and just talk?
I want to make sure your neighbor gets their tax refund, not because they pledge allegiance to the billionaire class, but because they pledge allegiance to the United States of America.
This is Senator Chris Murphy from Connecticut, a Democratic House rep in the U.S. government. Okay, the federal government, you got money, bro, because you're a Democrat and you probably got some of that USAID money. Hey, how much cash did you get from special interests, USAID, foreign people, et cetera, so on and so forth? Mad Max is right next to you, bro. Maxine Waters has paid her daughter $100,000 a year for 10 years to do campaign flyers and stuff that does not cost 100 bands to do, but I digress.
And so we have work to do right now. Every single one of us has a responsibility to stand up to this fraud. And it is true, we have to reach out to everyone in this country, conservatives. We don't pledge allegiance.
Bro, these people, man, hey, I'm not sure who's still voting for these individuals, but I want them to stop. Here's AOC talking about Elon. All right, shout out to AOC.
This dude is probably one of the most unintelligent billionaires I have ever met or seen or witnessed. Which, you know, you can probably even glean that from watching these people on TV. Anyways, all of that is to say is that they don't do their homework. Clearly, like, they're putting 19-year-olds in at the Treasury. This dude is not smart.
Now, the whole thing about 19-year-old, 22-year-olds, there's a group of these guys, these like engineers, really smart guys that have autism who are working with Elon over at DOGE. Now, these guys are super, super, super smart. They want to try to poke fun at them, really, and that's kind of like ableism. Because they have autism, they don't know anything. Because they're young and they don't know anything. Ageism and ableism, it's okay when they do it, but when we do it at all, or we get accused of doing it, even when we don't do it, we're the villains. You see how that works? That's called projection. But anyway, these guys are doing a really good job. They're uncovering a lot of your waste, fraud, and abuse. And you guys are used to the gravy train. You guys are used to getting a salary from the feds and getting extra money on the side. That will come to an end. And your fancy homes in McLean and Annandale and where else? Alexandria, Fairfax County, Loudoun. Your beautiful homes, your wine tasting events, your luxurious gowns, it's going to come to an end. And you're going to be back to being a regular civil servant or back to the bar making mojitos and lemon drops. You understand what I'm saying? But I digress.
And the danger in the lack of intelligence and the lack of expertise that Elon has. I mean, this guy is one of the most morally vacant, but also just least knowledgeable about these systems that we really know of. But the point is that what that means is that they're going to hit a button inevitably. They are going to hit a button and things can go sideways.
All right, there we go. That is AOC. Okay, one of the brilliant minds in Washington, D.C. I'm 100% joking, obviously. All right, I am 1,000% joking. AOC, hey man, the tree, you're a few trees short of a forest. The lights are on, but ain't nobody home. You are a few crayons short of an entire 64 count box. That's what's going on with AOC. And a lot of y'all nasty boys in the chat, I see y'all. I ain't gonna say nothing, but I saw what you saw. I saw what you saw. But hey, we ain't gonna talk about that. All right, we are not gonna talk about that. So I digress. If you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff. That'll help me out tremendously. Now we're gonna go from AOC to her counterparts in the squad. Okay, and RIP again to the headphone users. This is some kind of protest about what I don't know, but we got. She might have gone out for her role in Black Panther as one of the guards, but you know she didn't quite make it.
Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Yes. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey. Ho, ho. Elon Musk has got to go. Hey, hey.
Alrighty, so Elon Musk ain't going nowhere though. Elon, it's crazy how they're rooting for the end of intellectuals that are trying to help the country. My thing is, if you got somebody that's one of the smartest guys in the world offering his services to you, whether it's paid or not paid, you should at least give him an ear, listen to what he got to say. I'm not saying you have to automatically just let him be in the government, but at least give him an ear, at least hear him out. Why would you not want to do that? If you have, you want the best and the brightest on your side. That's what you want. Regardless of what side you're on, you want the best and the brightest on your side. You don't just want people that are there because their color is one way or another, you know?
To Ukraine after Russia's full-scale invasion began. Angelina Jolie, $20 million. Sean Penn, $5 million.
Now, let's start from the top. USAID sponsored American celebrity visits to Ukraine after Russia's full-scale invasion began. Now, how much did these people get from USAID?
Ukraine after Russia's full-scale invasion began. Angelina Jolie, $20 million. Sean Penn, $5 million. Jean-Claude Van Damme, $1.5 million. Orlando Bloom, $8 million. Ben Stiller, $4 million. This was done to increase Zelensky's popularity among foreign audiences, particularly in the United States. The involvement of celebrities made it easier to coordinate funding programs for Ukraine during visits to Ukraine after Russia.
This is from E! News. Okay, this is a legitimate thing here. So when you see Orlando Bloom, Ben Stiller, all these people, okay, you got Ben trying to copy my style with the polo shirt, trying to look like an everyman, right? You're not really realizing that this guy got paid $4 million to be there. Okay, so he gonna take that polo shirt off and go straight to the Versace store and buy it out. He gonna ride off in a Rolls Royce Phantom and all of that from right here. $4 million. But this is a pattern, ain't it? Beyonce got paid $10 million from Kamala's campaign. Beyonce got paid $10 million and didn't sing a song. No video phone, no Bootylicious, no Destiny's Child, I'ma survive, none of that. Just spoke at a rally for 10 minutes and that was it. $10 million. They're not good. They don't spend money well. They don't use resources well, and they don't govern well. All right, as we can see.
$1.5 million.
So, hold on. Angelina Jolie, 20 M's. $20 million. 20 M's of your money, USAID, taxpayer money. How do you feel about giving Angelina Jolie $20 million to go talk to Voldemort Zelensky? How do you feel about 102 million? Excuse me, not 102 million. That's like peasant numbers. How do you feel about 102 billion being missing that was supposedly given to Ukraine, according to Voldemort Zelensky? How you feel about that? This is why we need to have DOGE. And this stuff being exposed is why they are so adamantly against Elon Musk being there, because he's going to expose it. He's going to expose it. They don't want that to happen. They want you to still be under the illusion that they're just doing things because they want to. These celebrities, they're just doing it because they love Zelensky and they support the effort. No, they love money. They support their effort to get the money. They don't support no war. They support the effort to get the money. Period. Point blank. All right. So yeah, shout out to them. Okay. Now let's keep on going here. Politico. Politico got $8.2 million over a period of time. You guys were telling me in the video comments that it was just for 1 year. So maybe I was wrong. But at the end of the day, they got $8.2 million. And when Elon and Trump came in, maybe the USAID money got frozen. And all of a sudden there's a glitch at Politico where they can't pay their employees. Oh, it's a glitch. We're working on it. We're trying to resolve it. Was there a glitch in the payment system that prevented your employees from getting paid at Politico? Or was the USAID money, taxpayer money, going toward the payroll? If that's the case, then you guys are state sponsored. And if you're not declaring that, isn't that some kind of violation? Let's hear from Caroline Levitt, our brand new White House press secretary.
I was made aware of the funding from USAID to media outlets, including Politico, who I know has a seat in this room. And I can confirm that the more than 8 million taxpayer dollars that have gone to essentially subsidizing subscriptions to Politico on the American taxpayers' dime will no longer be happening. The DOGE team is working on canceling those payments now. Again, this is a whole of government effort to ensure that we are going line by line when it comes to the federal government's books. And this president and his team are making decisions across the board on Do these receipts serve the interests of the American people? Is this a good use of the American taxpayers' money? If it is not, that funding will no longer be sent abroad, and American taxpayers will see significant savings because of that effort.
Right on. So shout out to our good friend, Caroline Leavitt, the brand new White House press secretary. A breath of fresh air. Whenever I see her, I'm like, she's so pleasant, so much better than Karine Jean-Pierre. Whenever I see Karine Jean-Pierre, she's like kind of haggard and stressed and just not, it's much better. Clear, concise answers, straight to the point, direct, love her. Shout out to Caroline Leavitt. You're doing a great job, bang up job, immediately. Now there's more. Shout out to this guy, I don't know his name, young dude, shout out to him. But this video is not really about him, but you're going to see in a minute.
Politico has been receiving funds from the federal government.
Jeff, it's actually way worse than you think. Because not only were we giving them that $8.1 million in direct payments, DOGE just revealed that just the FDA was paying them $517,855 for 37 subscriptions.
Let's pause. $517,855 for 37 subscriptions. Now, can we do the math on that? Can we do a little bit of quick math? Let's do the math and see just how much they said, as far as what they paid, how much the subscriptions were. So what we at? 517. What's that? 855 divided by, what's that? 37. So they're trying to say that the subscriptions cost almost $14,000, $13,996 per subscription. Do you think that a subscription to a news website costs $13,999? 14 bands for one subscription? Do you think that? No. Let's watch.
In case you were unaware, a subscription to Politico is $200.
The subscription costs $200 for a year, not $14,000 for a year.
What we should have paid for 37 subscriptions is $7,400. However, the FDA managed to pay $510,000 more than these subscriptions should have cost. Not to mention, the taxpayer should not be paying for people to be subscribed to a left-wing news organization. What do you want to bet that when DOGE starts looking into these other three-letter organizations, we find this same kind of funny math? This is money laundering. Plain and simple. There is no other reason why subscriptions that should have cost $7,400 magically cost $510K extra. This is fucking criminal, and it needs...
Sorry for the cussing, but he's right on point. This is money laundering. This is the reason why we got to have DOGE. And this is probably why Politico could not pay their employees, because that little fund they had from the taxpayer, you and I, that little fund might have got frozen, and all of a sudden now they can't pay payroll. See how that works? Corruption, 100%. Politico is a private entity, its own business. If they can't pay their bills, then that's on them. If they want to be state sponsored, then go through the process to be able to be state sponsored. All right, I got one more. Then I get to the calls, and I'm gonna run out of time here. But check it out.
Welcome to the Department of Government Efficiency. We were looking over last year's budget, and we found some anomalies that we wanted to address. Okay, if you're talking about the military budget, if you want a safe country, that's how much we... Oh, we didn't even start looking at that yet. Get ready for that. No, we were looking at this list here. We wanted to start with the National Pillow Fluffing Initiative.
That's a real program, the National Pillow Fluffing Initiative.
I mean, don't you want your pillow to be fluffy? Not when you're spending over $1 million of taxpayer money. We're cutting that. Also,
So $1 million for the National Fluffy Pillow Initiative.
Bureau of Elevator Music Standards.
And these are all real he's talking about. These are all real. The Bureau of Elevator Music Standards.
Explain yourself. Forgive me for trying to set the vibe, bro. $800,000 a year. The National Velcro Noise Study. What's the problem here? You don't have to spend $1 million a year to know that Velcro noise is annoying. Now, the Program of Ice Cube Uniformity and the American Cloud Watching Fund. Okay, that one's a problem, but I'm kind of OCD and I like it when my ice cubes are all the same size and shape, you know? Yeah, we all do, but that doesn't mean you spend $1 million. Now, the Federal Kazoo Orchestra Grant? It's amazing what they could do with those things, honestly. The Federal Bureau of Traffic Cone Counting? $256,343. You're welcome. Now that's what I call $800,000 well spent.
Boy, all those are real. You know, I was talking about things in my video. I was like the National Frog Hair on a Leg Counting Collective. I was saying stuff like that, but those you just heard were all real. $1 million, $800,000 for what? Why? Clout watching, $1 million? Why? I dare anybody to hop on Al Gore's interwebs and explain that to me and rationalize it. Make that make sense. I challenge you to make it make sense. I challenge you. Hey, you're not going to be able to do it. Spoiler alert. If you're wondering, you're not going to be able to do it. You sure aren't. You sure are not. Okay, I got one more. This is Chris Coons, Democrat from Delaware.
USAID saves lives, makes peace, protects our planet, stabilizes our world, does great work. Let's cheer for the men and women of USAID.
So, cloud watching, Velcro noise, traffic cone counting, these things help our world? Okay.
If DOGE wins and our foreign aid is completely shut down, if Elon Musk wins and our foreign assistance completely ends, who will cheer and who will win? The cartels will win, terrorists will win, Russia will win, China will win. This effort is not efficient, it is not sane, it is not respectful, and it does not make America safe.
All righty, so there we go. The politicians will get on TV and tell you anything. They'll lie to you with a straight face and a smile. They will lie to you with a straight face and a big Cheshire cat grin from ear to ear. They don't care. They're psychotic, psychopaths. They don't, zero empathy. They don't really care. Now, we the people will give you the actual truth. And those who we elect who are of the people, like a Trump, like a Elon, they'll give us more of the truth. Will they be perfect? Are they deities? Are they gods? No, they're not. But what we want are just regular humans that have sense and that want the best for this nation and the best for us as a result of wanting the best for the nation. All right. So, yeah, that's that on that. So, yeah, shout out to everybody who wants DOGE to succeed, just like me. We got to have DOGE succeed. All right. But if you like what you're hearing so far, please give the video a thumbs up. Like the video, share the video, do all that good stuff that helped me out tremendously. But there's so many things that DOGE uncovered. I cannot wait till we get down to the full bottom of it. One more thing before we get to super chats, calls, and everything else. For some reason, they put out the full Kamala 60 Minutes interview, like unedited. I'm not going to play the entire thing. I'm going to play like a few seconds of it. But the full thing is right here on the Twitters. 53 minutes of it.
And then you know that mold is at an all-time high today, which is the one thing I am allergic to.
Yeah.
Okay. Pollen is down.
Mold is up.
Mold is up. You know, I know that as a matter of fact because I was watching CBS this morning.
There you go.
Now that I think about it.
Learn something new every day.
Indeed.
See you, Chris? I'm going to just snap at once. Good? Yep. Coming around. Done? Yeah. Got it on both?
Okay, so we need to clear the background.
Good, Don?
Yes.
No problem. Just do what you need to do.
What are you doing? Is there something that, I mean, come on. What are we doing with the hair? Man, I promise, if this lady was a president, man, oh man, we would be in trouble.
Have no sway.
I'll play one question and one answer, then I'll move on to the call, super chats, and everything else because I know you don't want to see this lady no more.
Over Prime Minister Netanyahu?
Well, let's start with this. On this subject, the aid that we have given Israel allowed Israel to defend itself against 200 ballistic missiles that were just meant to attack the Israelis and the people of Israel.
Yeah, so missiles are. They're meant to attack, yes.
And I think that is the most recent example of why what we do to assist in their defense around military aid is important. And when we think about the threat that Hamas, Hezbollah presents, Iran, I think that it is without any question our imperative to do what we can to allow Israel to defend itself against those kinds of attacks. Now, the work that we do diplomatically with the leadership of Israel is an ongoing pursuit.
All right, that's enough. I was trying to hang in there for the rest of the question, but you get the idea. I mean, if they allowed this whole interview to play like in its entirety, they had to edit that. So I look, the editors who edited that right there, man, I know you guys were going through it. You guys were stressed. I'm talking about chain smoking Newport 100s, no filters. You understand? Chain smoking Newports, no filter to the head, right in the middle of the editing bay or wherever you at. You're in front of your laptop. You are in a cubicle. You smoking all kind of Newports straight to the face to deal with that right there. How do you make this lady sound some kind of way like she has sense? Very difficult. But anyway, super chat. So we're going to get to the calls. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Exactly, CB. The editor is an artist. The editor got to be Picasso out here. You understand? Mozart out here. Anyway, super chats on deck. Then we're going to get to the calls. Let's go first. Shout out to Caius Posthumous, who says, should 47 be impeached? No. Should be going to Gaza with U.S. tax dollars, contractors, boots on the ground to rebuild for Israel's war? No. America first. I'm with you. I am with you. Now, I think that might be in reference to Trump suggesting that we go take over. Gaza. Yeah, I'm not necessarily a big fan, but what else are you going to do? That area will never, ever, ever see peace. It'll never see peace. Somebody got to go. Or it needs to be some kind of neutral ground. They got to do something. Where else would be at? Thank you to Cash Posthumous again, who says, how about Cuomo possibly running for mayor of New York City? He could win. I think, we're talking about Andrew, right? I think Andrew could become mayor of New York City, and that would be a good pick for them. Now, don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying I'm a Andrew Cuomo fan, but I think for New York City, a place that is still very liberal, although they need a conservative in there, he'd be a happy medium. He's more of a normie Democrat, like an Eric Adams. So I think he would be good for the city. If I had my way, then I'll put Donald Trump clone in there, or I'll put one of the Southern, one of our guys that we know do a good job out here. I'll put them in there, but it's New York City. That's just not realistic. So I think Andrew Cuomo for them would be a good pick. But yes, the former governor, that's correct, Devin, of New York State, Andrew Cuomo. But for, like, let's say, for example, for Nashville, Tennessee, Andrew Cuomo, it just wouldn't work. Even though you got a bunch of liberals that come from California, or how about not Nashville, like, somewhere East Tennessee, North Carolina, that kind of guy would not work down here. But up there in New York City, yes, he'd work. And then my question is, so to those who say that he would not be a good pick, who would be a good pick that'd be electable in New York City? Understand what we're talking about now. We're talking about a place that's still very liberal. So your best bet is to get a guy that is as close to conservative as possible while still being electable. That's your challenge in New York City. That's your challenge. Trump Jr. has no chance in New York City. Not at all. Not at all. Thank you to Slender Brother Charming for your dancing emoji. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to Black Suburban Dad Reviews, who says, ABL, I was dating this liberal girl, but I never let her see my garage because that's where my Trump flag flies. I was like, don't ask, don't tell. Hey, I ain't mad at you, boss, but you know what? For me, I'm a very public person, so people are going to see what I do. And if you're not with it, then you're not with it. But I understand your point of view. I really do. But if they got a problem, then they got a problem. It is what it is. But thank you for your super chat, man. Definitely appreciate you. Thank you to Cigar Gangster, who says Jamie Lee Curtis looked fabulous in True Lies. Oh my God. Yes, she did. True Lies, man. 1994, I'll never forget it. I'm like, what, 10 years old? Man, that movie, I was like, what in the world is this? I was flabbergasted. Anyway, but yeah, she did look hot in True Lies. Now she looks like a scarecrow without a cornfield to watch over. That's hilarious. Shout out to you. Thank you for the super chat. Thank you to Dolores Ranteria for your super chat. I appreciate you for that. Thank you to Bob K MIT who says, best chat on the internet. Thank you for that. Thank you to Marta Allen for being a member and saying, please do TikToks to end the fear mongering. I got you. I will. Basically, you telling me to get on TikTok. I got you. Thank you to Leo Mazzina who says, how long will David Hart last as vice chair of the DNC? I mean, that's a meaningless position. So he'll be there as long as they want him to be there. All right. Shout out to EJ Uno who says, I'm done being mad at the sleazeball politicians. I'm start to get peed off at the idiots falling for it. Same. Thank you to Tony Nagy who says, became an ABL supporter. Thank you for that. Thank you to these Chinese characters for becoming a member. I cannot read it. Thank you to Eric to the Ron who says, AOC is gaslighting as usual. Aaron Burr was 20 years old. James Madison, 25. James Monroe, 18. And Alexander Hamilton was 21 at the time of the American Revolution. Age doesn't matter, and she's scared of what DOGE will find. Facts. Big facts. The founding fathers are very young people, very young men. People infantilize adults. They act like 25 years old is still a child. My parents were married and they had me before they both turned 25. So it's like, when did 25 years old become a baby? When I was growing up, 25 was like, you're fully into your adulthood. I understand things being expensive now. I'm not trying to say if you live at home with your parents. I'm talking about just your responsibility level. 25 years old with the responsibility and the lifestyle of a 12-year-old. I'm 25 years old. I got my apartment, my car, I'm working. And I have been out to working for a long time, since I've been 16, working, had a car, all that at 16. I was pretty much an adult at 16. So by the time 25 hits, I'm well into my adulthood. This infantilization of adults is ridiculous, and it's going to hold us back from being able to compete with the world. China, India, everybody else, they train their kids from childhood to be adults who are productive in the world. They train productivity in a real way, not just in a drone way, but they try to have them be creative, be innovative, and productive. We got to be on that. We have to do that with our kids as well. And if we're not, we're just letting them play video games and do nothing else. Ain't nothing wrong playing video games, but you got to have other things you're interested in. I talked to a young guy years ago, at a speaking engagement, and he told me, it's like, well, I have a balanced life. I'm 16 years old. I'm in homeschool. We have a homeschool network. I go to other people's houses. I play sports in the league while I'm being homeschooled. I play some video games, but I have outdoor hobbies. I'm going kayaking, hiking, play sports. You're well-rounded, and you're being educated properly. That's got to be the way forward. Well-rounded youth creates a better society for all of us overall. But I'm going to start preaching and get to the calls. The number to call is 434-658-1220. Again, 434-658-1220. There's also an email for Skype in the description. It'll be right there in the description, and you could be right here in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen with your camera turned on. All righty, let's go ahead and get rocking. B says left the house at 18. I thought I was old because I left at 23. I thought I was old to leave at 23. All right, let me get my sound together. Okay. Cheese and crackers. Can I get this sound together? Windows 11 is in the way. All right, I think I'm good now. Here we go. Nope, that was not it. That was not it. All right. Y'all got to give me a second because I'm trying to get this together here. All right. There we go. Volume mixer. Okay, perfect. 336 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL, this is Justin out of North Carolina. How are you doing?
I'm doing well, man. How about yourself?
I'm making it, trying to. No, I was just calling. This is the first time I ever called in. I'm actually excited to be on the phone with you. One of the companies that I work for, unnamed, of course, for safety reasons, 70% of the workforce is Hispanic. And I'd say about 45% of that workforce are illegals. We actually had a meeting Monday from our supervisors on how to hide from ICE and how to avoid the whole deportation things. They're even talking about unlocking trailers back behind the building for the illegals to hide in if they needed to, in case ICE raided the building. And I thought it was absolutely ridiculous. They only had that meeting with the non-English speaking individuals, and I thought that was pretty funny. But the funniest part about that whole situation, after the meeting was over, one of the partners that I work with, she is a Hispanic, and she said, she shrugged her shoulders and she was like, I've been here for 28 years. She came here legally. She has her documentation and everything. And she said, I don't know why the company's freaking out, because if they're not criminals, they don't have anything to worry about. And I don't know. I just thought that was funny. And I think that's one thing that the liberals don't seem to understand is, they're not after, just your everyday grandma, grandpa, and kid that are here illegally. They're here for the actual criminals. And I mean, if a Hispanic person who's here legally understands that, I don't understand why they continue this whole they're going after everybody. I don't know. For some reason, I just thought that was pretty funny, but I just wanted to let you know that, the Hispanics who are here legally are the ones who actually voted to get the ones who are here illegally out. But, all right, I'll let you get to your next call. And also there's protests going on in my hometown actually right now for this whole illegal thing. And I thought it was pretty funny because I was driving down the road and I saw the signs and everything, and I just kindly asked one of the protesters that was out there, I was like, why are y'all, going after these or protesting, these rapists or whatever, and gang members and all that stuff. Why are y'all protesting for them? And they said, no, they're going into schools and they're going into. It's aggravating. It's really aggravating. But yeah, I just wanted to call and let everybody know that. So yeah.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, I appreciate it.
Yeah, see, that's what the media does. They are fear-mongering. They're scaring people. People really think that they're going into elementary schools and rounding up little kids and stuff like this. They're not doing that. Why would they go to elementary school and round up little kids and put them in the van? For what? Why? They're not doing that. But see, that comes from irresponsible journalism from people like MSNBC. Katie Tur had that what was that? The CEO of Chicago Public Schools on the air talking about ICE came to elementary school and ICE was not let in. It was not ICE. It was Secret Service because one of your kids made a threat against the president. That's what happened. That is the reality of what happened. It's not about ICE. But once you put that story out there and people believe it, now it's the truth, unfortunately. All righty, Les, what's going on?
Hey, ABL. Happy Wednesday. How are you doing?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good. Wonderful show. Thank you so much for that. I did want to go ahead and comment. I believe it was the New Jersey governor, right, who's harboring illegals in his garage or illegal in his garage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's crazy. I think I did hear that Tom Homan did have a response. And yeah, Tom Homan got to get it together, investigate, and arrest that governor, because no one is above the law. He can't be doing that. It is illegal to harbor an illegal alien. Okay. Um, Besides that, I wanted to go ahead and also give a huge opinion in regards to a lot of these Mexicans or, Latinos that are protesting. And it's right. And then you're exactly on point with what you said, ABL. It's like, okay, if you want to stay in this country or you want illegals to stay in this country, why are you waving your, like, for example, we saw a lot more Mexican flags. Like, why are you waving the Mexican flag? Wouldn't you want to then wave the American flag to kind of send a more stronger message? I mean, even though it's going to be irrelevant, doesn't stand. But, right, to just kind of say, hey, no, we love this country. We've been a part of it. We've been hardworking, whatever the hell, my bad, ABL. Whatever the heck, I could just get so fired up when we're talking about this. Whatever the heck they want to go throw out there as an excuse, I think that would be one way to do it. And then this is the thing, ABL. It's like, oh, viva Mexico, right? Long live Mexico. But nobody wants to go live in Mexico. Go back to your country. If you don't like it here, if you don't want to be here, you don't like our policies, go back to your country, because you are spot on with what you said. Every other single country, especially in Mexico, with like Guatemala and South America, right? They all have their borders. So why is it every other country is entitled to have their borders, but we are somehow the exception? We cannot do that. That is ridiculous, and that is a hypocrisy. Every single country is in their right to go ahead and have their own border policies, and it goes the same way for the United States of America. We are no different. So, and then there's another thing, ABL. I don't know if you saw this, and I'm sorry. I know I'm just talking, but I get so fired up when we talk about this topic. The president of Mexico actually came out and responded to the people that are protesting, especially the Mexicans. She said, hey, I see you out there protesting, and I'm telling you right now, come home. I welcome you with open arms and a big hug. Go home. Your country wants you. Go home.
Wow. That's very, very interesting from the president of Mexico saying that. Very interesting.
Yes, she came out and said it. There's a video, and I saw it on TikTok while I was scrolling, and I was like, well, there you go. There we have it, people. Go home. Like I said, everybody wants to sit here and yell, oh, viva Mexico, but nobody wants to go and live in Mexico. Like, come on. Like, the math ain't mathing. And you know what? One quick comment, ABL, because AOC, I can't stand this girl, okay? The simple fact of how she even got into politics amazes me up to the day. But her comment when she sat there and said, Elon Musk is not such an intelligent man. Well, sis, if he was not intelligent enough, he wouldn't be where he's at right now, being a billionaire.
Exactly. And not just from one thing or from luck or something like this. You're talking about a lot of companies from the 90s when he had a lot of companies, and now you got SpaceX, Tesla, the Boring Company. The list goes on. He took over Twitter and cut 90% of the staff and made it better. Like, this guy he has a proven record of success. So why not listen to what he has to say?
Exactly. And look at what he's doing with DOGE so far. The USAID or whatever that is. What do they call that? The USAID or whatever that is. ABO, what is it?
Yeah, USAID.
Yeah. So with that, look at how much of our tax-paying dollars were going to be wasted. Like, I think, and the majority of the U.S. that voted for President Trump, we are all in huge support for what Elon Musk is doing with DOGE. So I hope that they continue on and they are successful. And, God bless them. God bless America. God bless President Trump. And that's it, ABL. That's all I wanted to go ahead and say. And we want to wish you a wonderful night. And the little Patriots want to say good night.
Good night.
Thank you for the call. Appreciate y'all as always.
God bless, ABL. Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the youngin. Shout out to Les. Always a good call. But that's funny how the president of Mexico, what's her name? Sheinbaum came out and said, hey, We see y'all. Y'all come on back. Come on back to the house. Oh, y'all want to come back? It's weird. And she also had a good point. It's like, okay, if you are protesting, what are we actually doing? Are we trying to say that we belong in the country or we don't belong in the country? Which one is it? All right, let's keep on rocking. Let's go to 509. You're online. What's speaker to?
What's up, ABL? How you doing?
It's all good, boss. What's happening?
Not much. Just over here in palmy Washington State. Just can't celebrating all the wins, man, that Trump's doing.
Oh, absolutely, man. I'm loving it so far.
All the big dubs. You're putting ICE, letting cops get back to work. ICE is, they're getting things done. The border's secure. That's what we voted for.
Absolutely.
Got a lot of investments. Trump's bringing in investments. Would you bring Saudi investors and who was the other one? Japan or something like that? I think Japan.
I don't even know, but I know he's doing the overall good job, and I'm really enjoying it.
Hey, what do you think about him cutting funds for the Department of Education? Is that good or bad? I'm not too sure.
I think it's a good thing because you got to ask the question, what does that department actually do? I mean, we got a lot of these.
What do they all fund, right?
Yeah, because here's the thing about it. Okay, if we're funding the Department of Education and yet our kids are getting dumber, what are we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like people are over here making a big deal, like, oh, they're not going to get their school lunches. How can you guys take school lunch away from kids? But I'm like, I don't think people understand. Like, it's not just school lunches. There's other stuff that's getting money getting blown on. You know what I mean?
I mean, really, the lunch is not even the problem because these kids are obese. They're not missing no meals, and if they miss one, if they miss one meal, it wouldn't hurt them. I promise.
Right? That's funny. Yep, that's true. Yeah,
and then also the school lunches are terrible. Have you seen school lunch? Like, it's like
it's nothing healthy.
It's literally the same as prison food. So it's like, come on.
Yeah, that's me and my girl were getting into it about that, and I told her, like, it's not like they're feeding. It's like we can pack the lunches here. I mean, everyone has the ability. If you're not getting money to feed your kid, you're doing something wrong to yourself and your family.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, if people can't afford a meal for their kid, then I mean that's on you.
Right.
If you're able body and you're not disabled, I'm saying if you're able body and you can work and you can't supply 5 meals out of the week for your kid, then there's something going wrong in that house.
Right.
Yeah, man, just crazy. I'm ready to see what turns out in the border area, with the cartel.
Oh yeah,
it's kind of fucked up, it's kind of messed up, but I don't know. It's kind of I'm waiting for the content to come out. Like, what's going to come out of the videos? Like, I don't know if you paid attention to the Ukraine videos or all the those freaking guys in war and all that. It's crazy.
Yeah, I've not seen that, but I'm sure it's pretty interesting.
Yeah, man. There's videos online where you just see freaking just the battle in Russia and Ukraine. You just seeing freaking these drones dropping bombs on people. It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's sad, but yeah, dude. Trump's turning this country around, and I can see it.
100% correct. Absolutely.
Everyone at my work, I live in a Hispanic area, and there's Hispanics where I work, and they're not even talking about the border because they're focused about the IRS. Like Trump, they're more interested in Trump defunding the IRS or abolishing taxes than they are about the border.
Okay, well, I mean that's a good thing. You worried about things that actually matter rather than things that are not really going to affect them.
Yeah, right. Yeah, overall, it's good because you feel optimistic about the United States for once after 4 years.
Absolutely.
Well, I'll let you get back to everyone else, man. Have a good night.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Later.
All right, shout out to the caller. Let's go. All right, let's go to 434. You're on line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, how you doing, man? This is Jonathan calling from Forest, Virginia. How you doing, brother?
It's all good, man. What's going on with you?
Not much, man. I just wanted to see, have you actually applied to be a part of the White House what is it called? During the press secretary meetings, have you applied for that, man? I'd love to see you on there.
Yes, I have applied for that. So hopefully I'll be able to get on there pretty soon. But I know it's a big list with a lot of people. So hopefully I'll be able to get on.
Okay, word. Also, too, I just wanted to get your input on, have you been following any of the policies that Glenn Youngkin has been doing here in VA? I'm recent out here. I've only been here about 4 years now, and I know he ran a big off of trying to get rid of the property tax. I know he started up with that, and nothing really happened in the first or second year into his office. But I just wanted to kind of know your opinion on, or if you have been following up with what's going on here in VA as far as, policies being implemented.
I've not really been following that. But, from what I hear, people say that they like Glenn Youngkin. But I've not really been following the individual policies.
Okay, word on that. All right, man. Well, yeah, this is the first time calling. I appreciate you taking my call, man. That's pretty much all I got for you.
Well, thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All righty.
All right. Shout out to the caller out there in Virginia. Forest, that's out there. Lynchburg, that's closer to Roanoke. That's like, Route 460? Shout out to 460 and 58. That's over there where Heights Twins from, 58, Martinsville. Let's keep on going. Let's go to 707 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hi, ABL. This is Margie from Northern California. And once again, as always, great show. Hit the like button for him, everybody, because he's doing a great job. But there's a couple of things, and I think they're related. I'd like to talk about putting guards, Mexican guards on our southern border. And first, I'd like to say that sounds like a good thing, but it reminds me of when Abbott and what's that guy from Florida, whatever, DeSantis, they started sending migrants to the inner cities and, we got them away from us. But all they did was inject that poison into the heart and muscle of the country rather than the isolated limbs. Now I see putting these people on the border. Who are they really gonna be? Where's she coming up with 10,000 already trained? She getting the cartels to be right on the border, to be allowed to be on that border? And they could be doing all kinds of nefarious things and, 10,000 rushing in on us? I don't know. Unintended consequences. And it just takes one. But also getting rid of the CIA people and the FBI, as blatant as these people were, at least there was some sort of trail on them. But when you fumigate the place and the roaches scatter, then, they could be going next door and you have no control over them next door. So it kind of takes one level of easier scrutiny off these people, because I don't think that's, they're going to feel all that great about getting 8 months extra dough and then having to find a job all at once. Where are you going to get that? You kind of specialized. And, so that's pretty much it. Also, the ones that really are going to take the buyouts are going to be the ones that are getting ready to retire anyway. And all they do is take up that 8 more months of money. Then they kick in whatever government stuff. So I don't know how their pensions work or whatever, but those that are old enough will certainly bail. And those that are young enough will do the same. They'll take what they can and parlay it. But you're going to have your mid-aged people, neither fish nor fowl, able to go there. So that's what I'm thinking. And that's all I got to say, ABL.
Thank you for the call. Definitely appreciate you.
You take care. God bless. Bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. The phone lines are jumping, so please bear with me. The number to call, 434-658-1220. 318 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
That's all I got to say. Yes, sir. This here is Morgan from Louisiana.
All righty, man. What's going on?
Oh, man. Thank you for taking my call. One thing I wanted to tell you about is, you know, the last 4 years, you've been talking about, what'd you say, you need to be studied. You know what I'm saying? It need to be studied because it's so terrible. It need to be studied. Well, that's right. We can't forget about all the propaganda and all that junk that they put. What they say? One of them July 4th that we had this last 4 years, dude, what's his name? The head of the Democrat, he said, oh, look at this here picture. And he put out a picture. The man had a barbecue, had an apron on, probably had a tag still on his apron. He had some cheese on some raw hamburgers. You remember that?
I don't remember that.
Okay. Chuck Schumer put out a picture, said July 4th, I don't know what he was doing, but July 4th, we're going to put out this here picture on July 4th, and we saving money, and it was hamburgers. He had hamburgers on a grill.
Oh, yeah. I remember that, yeah.
The hamburgers was raw, had some cheese on top of the hamburgers, raw, with some cooked hamburgers. Grill wasn't even lit. Man, Trump's doing so good. And we just got to watch out because every time Trump does something good, you know, they're going to try and say, oh, this is bad. It's terrible. That damn July 4th picture that they had, it was terrible.
Yeah, it was. I don't know what. It was just like he'd never been on the grill before. It was his very first time ever seeing the grill.
Exactly. Okay, you remember. Yeah. So we can't do that. We got to pay attention to all the propaganda and realize that everything Trump's doing is good. And they can't be putting out all this propaganda.
That's right.
Everything they're doing is going to be good, and we're going to be doing a whole lot better this next 4 years.
Right on.
But the thing that my wife cooked me tonight is some crawfish etouffee from some crawfish that we had left over the last few days. And I tell you what, she gonna cook us some, what are we having, some seafood bowl? Yeah, we're gonna have some seafood bowl, and she wants me to cook some. She wanted me to give her some money for some lobster. Okay, I'll give you money for lobster. So we're gonna cook shrimp, crawfish, crab. We're gonna do the whole works. And I tell you what, Donald Trump gonna make crawfish cheap again.
Absolutely.
What do you think?
I'm 100% for it. It sounds good to me.
Heck yeah, man. All right. Everybody enjoy.
I thank you for the call. Definitely
I'll
appreciate
let y'all have at it.
All righty.
Bye-bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Yeah, get some of that good old etouffee, all that good stuff. Yeah, man. Sounds good to me. Let's go ahead and get rocking and rolling with it. All righty. Let's go 716 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Dion from the great city of Buffalo, New York, and the great the great city of Buffalo and the great state of New York. And I don't mean that. It's one of the most liberal states in the United States.
Right on.
What's that?
I say right on, man, but go ahead.
Oh, yeah. I just wanted to tell you, man, great job. You're doing a spectacular job, man. I love this show. First time I tuned in was on election night, and I'll never forget the comfort level that I got up to when because I thought the election was going to end up like it was the last time. And so, you had made up some really good points and stuff, and I really enjoyed listening to you. Very articulate man, and I appreciate everything you do. I have a couple of questions, though.
All righty.
Starting with, how do you feel about the IRS being disbanded or done away with? That's been a dream of mine for years, man. When I heard that, I didn't take it for face value at first, and then I started looking into it. I'm like, no, they can't possibly do that. Because it's been, the IRS has been around for a long time. And I've heard people, politicians talking about doing away with it, like Ron Paul, I believe. And I just, I cannot wait till the day that thing is abolished and taken apart. So, when I earn $1,300, I can put all of my money in my pocket. But how do you feel about that? Do you think that they're actually going to be able to do that? And is that going to be, like, in your opinion, a long drawn out process?
I don't know if they're going to be able to do it, and I don't know how long it's going to take. I think that if anything, if they can't get it done, I think they're going to definitely downsize, which is going to be the overall theme of this administration is downsizing. The 87,000 IRS agents, we're not going to have that. And I think that's a good thing. And not only should we downsize it, if we keep it, we should also make it streamlined and not have them rob the American people. I done been robbed by the IRS. I know all of us have had problems with the IRS. So the agent, the agency is messed up and needs to get fixed. And making it bloat, I don't think is going to help it. We need to just kind of reduce it and make it more streamlined.
Yes, and I can't wait to either do away with it or just reset it so that it works for the American people, because it's really they have the power to make your life miserable. And I've been through enough experiences to be able to sign, seal, and deliver that message. And I can't wait until they get rid of that thing. So that was the first question I had. The other thing I was wondering about was how you feel about aid that goes, the taxpayer funded, or the money that goes to Israel. Are you in agreements with that when they send that money over there? Because for years, like, I've been hearing about AIPAC and stuff like that, and the controversy around that, and then a lot of people that I know, complain about Israel getting most of our taxpayer money, and using it for nefarious purposes. How do you feel about that?
I'm not really into singling out Israel. I think that we should stop all this foreign aid, really, and I think we should not be involved in foreign wars or nation building. So whether it be Israel, Ukraine, Taiwan, to me, it's all the same. I don't really look at them as different.
Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. All right. Well, I don't want to tie you up too longer. I will tell you that I kept calling. I figured the only way to get on the show is to just keep calling. I figured you probably wouldn't mind, but I haven't called the same number and had to keep calling the same number over and over again since I was in high school, because it was this girl I was chasing after, and I kept calling her. She hang up on me, and I keep calling back, so I felt like a stalker. I haven't had that type of experience in a while. But again, great show, man. You do an excellent job. Love listening to you, and I look forward to more, man. You take care.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great calls. Keep on rocking and rolling. The number to call, 434-658-1220. Let's go to 615 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
What's up, man? It's Boomhauer, man. How you doing?
It's all good, man. What's going on?
Man, it's been a while, brother. Man, dude, is Donald Trump doing it, man, or is he doing it? What do you think?
He doing it. Like everything I thought he would do and more immediately, like first day, instantly.
Dude, it's like, I'll tell you what, man. You already know we've been doing a countdown ever since January the 20th. Was like it was like our Independence Day. It was my Independence Day, your Independence Day, all of our Independence Day. And I'll tell you what, man. As soon as they went off, man, it's like bombs going off, man. And ever since, every single day, man. I mean, every single day, it's just one thing after another, after another, after another, after another. And it's just, man, he's just doing it, man. He's doing everything that's what he said he was going to do. And he's doing everything that we asked for him to do. We asked for him to do this, and he's doing it, man. I don't know why everybody on the left-hand side is tripping, man. We got people snapping out, man. People are just falling out and acting a fool, and they act like we did not ask for this. The entire United States unanimously asked for this. Well, what do you think the deal is, man? Why is the left tripping so bad? What do you think it is?
They just watching too much TV, getting brainwashed. Because if you watch TV, the things that they watch, and not just the news, but when they watching their entertainment, when they watching their movies and all of that, everything is about Trump is evil. He's Hitler. He's a dictator. And then now it's Elon. So rather than just Trump derangement syndrome, they got Elon derangement syndrome on top of that. So their previous mental disorder has gotten worsened by the mainstream media because now they got a new guy to worry about. That's all that it is.
Yeah, and the fact that they think that, like, dude, the shout out to the View straight up says that Elon is the president and Trump is the acting president. Dude, this is retarded, man. I hate to say the R word. Sorry, YouTube, I said the R word, but man, it's stupid. Like, you really think that this dude is the president and that Donald Trump is going to take second hand to him? Stop playing, man. Stop playing. This is all very strategic. And the fact that, dude, they are freaking out that he is finding, man, come on, dog. What'd they say? What'd you say? You just said it, $2 million to what? See, I can't even think. It's so dumb that I can't even remember what you said. $2 million to this, $6 billion to this, $8 billion to this, $9 billion to this, for nothing. Stupidity, man. But when I saw one of your shows earlier, you were looking back in the press conference, and as soon as Caroline said, we're spending $6 billion to XYZ, that blonde-headed girl was like, we sure did, and she was getting her shoulders and her face all locked up, getting all mad about what we're wasting money on. Why do they get so jacked up to what we're wasting money on? You idiots. We are losing money. The money that you want to go into your EBT card is going into XYZ, stupid. It ain't going into your back pocket. It's going into XYZ, dumb. So why don't you just get with the program, realize that we need to take a vacuum cleaner, clean all this up, suck it all up, and throw it out to the garbage somewhere, man. We need to put this money back in our pockets. It's our money. This is my tax dollars. ABL, that money that the IRS have been owing you for 10 years is gone. That's in China somewhere. Man, I pay so much money in taxes, brother, and it's all going to them. Ain't nobody getting nothing, man. We need to get that back into us. But these stupid leftists, they don't see it, man. It's a disgrace, brother. It is a freaking disgrace, man. Open your eyes. Look here, leftists, if you can hear my voice, Boomhauer says, listen to my voice. You are stupid. Stop throwing money away. We're tired of throwing money away. It needs to go into the U.S. Do you hear my voice? Come back to us, USA. Estupido, see.
Exactly. I'm right there with you, man, for sure.
That's it, man. You got anything to rebuttal off what I just said?
Hey,
I'll let you go, man.
You said it all perfect, man. I don't got nothing to add on that one.
All right, man. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking my call, man. I love you, brother. I'll see you. Are you going on tour? When you going to go on the tour, brother? Let me know.
We going this year. I'm going this year, so I'll let everybody know when I got the dates and everything set up, but this year for sure.
All right, man. We're going to be there for you, brother, man. We love you, man, and we'll see you soon. And keep it up. You're doing a great job for America, man. We love you, brother. See you.
Thank you for the call.
Peace.
Appreciate you. All right. Shout out to Boomhauer. Great call from Boomhauer. Yeah, man. So that money they owe me gone, huh? Yeah, I don't doubt it. I don't doubt it at all. All righty. Let's go. 856 on the line. Who am I speaking to?
This is Amnar.
All righty, man. Turn something down in the background for me, please.
Yes. Sorry about that. You and my wife are watching it right now live.
All righty. What's going on?
How you doing, brother? There's one thing I haven't noticed a lot of people talking about that Trump has power to do that I want to bring up. And I would like to see more of the YouTubers like yourself promoting it. And that's, I don't know if he could do it through executive order or if it has to go through Congress, but he can help fix the federal IDs, I believe, through executive order. I'm no lawyer, because the federal laws for voting, he could make it mandatory to have some kind of federal voting ID certification in order to vote, at least for the federal elections. He can't fix state elections because the states are in control of their own personal elections. But for federal people like senators, congressmen from the states, and of course presidency, he can work on that to some degree, or his administration should be able to correct that so that doesn't get messed up again. So we don't have any more of this, it has to be too big to rig kind of situation where it could just, win naturally without having to struggle to win and have to deal with corruption and the cronyism that's going on right now. Now, what do you think about that? Do you think is that something that's going on, that they're working in the background? Because I haven't heard anything about it recently.
Well, it's a state issue, even if you're talking about a federal election, because it's not really a federal election. Like when you're talking about an election, like just recently for the president, okay, you'll have the president, vice president on the ballot, but there's also local people on the ballot too. Your local, it could be a house rep or somebody in your local area will also be on the ballot in the 2024-2028 election. So I'm not quite sure how that would happen on the federal level. That's more of a state thing.
Okay. See, that's the thing I was questioning. I've been talking to friends and local people. Me and my wife actually moved from New Jersey to West Virginia. We left the deep blue state, which is actually kind of a light blue state right now. I one of my cousins that's from Louisiana, we were talking about politics not that long ago, and I sent him the congressional map on how the voting all went out. But that was the thing. New Jersey said no voter turned away. West Virginia, when we moved here, it was before the presidential election. You had to show your state ID. You had to show your voter identification card in order to vote. And that's a problem that we're dealing with. I don't say West Virginia's dealing with, obviously. They have their stuff in order, along with several other states. But I thought, now, as you stated, they have both in the election, but in the ballots. But there should be a way they have to separate it, because federal stuff affects federal stuff when it comes to like the executive orders and federal law. But they're able to like do with DOGE and the federal programs and their administrations and cut stuff, reduce stuff, and eliminate stuff. Then they can't really touch state stuff. But when it comes to federal stuff, like they're talking about getting rid of schooling and all that stuff with the public schools, or at least remove funding from it anyway. So the states have to take care of their own issues on that order, just like the abortion went back to states' rights. There's several states where abortion is until birth, like West Virginia. I was reading the state constitution recently, and there is no abortion rights in the state at all. I mean, things like that I can understand, but when it comes to federal elections, there's got to be some kind of wiggle room where they have some kind of control to a degree in there to manipulate that to where it can't be corrupted. I can understand where certain states are going to have their stuff corrupted, like New Jersey says no voter turn away, and West Virginia doesn't have that issue here. There's got to be a way to fix the federal part of it. That way, at least if the corruption's only going to be stuck to those states that are corrupt, like California, New Jersey, New York, and etc. I mean, you understand what I'm saying?
I totally 100% understand, but the unfortunate reality is that there's no federal elections. You elect federal officials in state elections. So that's the only thing. The only way to fix that would be to have a federal piece of legislation that nationalizes the election, but that can be dangerous, because what if you get some liberals in there in one administration and then they just say, okay, no voter ID national. No states have any power over that. You see?
I understand what you're saying there. Yeah. That's not something I thought about. I'm just, make it to where my thing is if they can do it permanently, the Congress, not just through executive order, make it to where it's required to have some kind of identification in order to vote, which is what it should be. Only certain states are doing it, as we already discussed. The only other thing I want to say before I get off here, I don't want to hold you up because I know you're very popular. Me and my wife love you. Is, thank God, thank Jesus. And I have one question. I'm hoping my wife and you, me and my wife both follow you, Officer Tatum, Black Reserve Perspective, and Tree of Logic, and hoping to see a collab with you guys and maybe a couple other YouTubers. Is that a possibility in the future? Are you guys going to work together? Maybe do something.
Man, it's always
I've
possible.
seen like Deporting doing something like that. So I was hoping to see you guys do something like that and reach out, because they, you know, they have, the Democrats have their Black Caucus, but I'd like the Republicans to have their version of it as well. You get what I'm saying?
Absolutely. It's always possible to do collaboration, but it's hard to make promises because everybody's so busy. I mean, we spend a lot of time doing this individually all day, every day, 7 days a week. So it could be kind of hard to find the time. That's the only challenge. But if we could find the time, the way we had it when Brandon Tatum and a bunch of other guys and myself had the podcast back during the pandemic, if we could find that kind of time again, then we can do it. But that's going to be the only way.
Awesome. Well, hopefully you guys get something in the works and make it happen. That'd be great to see. I'd like to see a collaboration, a coalition going on. Teamwork makes the dream work. We love you guys. Stay on the up and up like you're doing. God bless you guys and have a great night.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
Appreciate you too, brother. Peace.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. Okay. I got one more call because it is late. It's past my bedtime. Let's go. 409. You're on the line. Who am I speaking to?
Hey, ABL. This is Colin from Texas. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. About yourself?
I'm doing a lot better than I've been doing for the last 4 years. I'm sure you and your audience know exactly what I mean by that.
Amen. Amen.
I wore my Unburdened by What Has Been t-shirt to my son's track meet today and just basked in the salty tears around me. I don't care. I'm the white devil regardless of what I do, so who cares, right? I just wanted to say I fully support these immigration protests. And if you're somebody who supports deporting illegal immigrants, you should too. If you think for 1 second that Tom Homan isn't sitting around at home, sipping on a glass of whiskey, writing down the dates and locations of every last one of these protests, then you've been smoking too much of Hunter's crack. Right? I tell you what's going to happen. They're going to get the J6 treatment. Right now, as we speak, they are gathering all the photos, all the videos. They are geolocating your cell phones, because I know you have them, Selena Gomez, because you can't just be a good person. You have to record yourself being a good person and then post it online so that other people can tell you that you're a good person. But as you say, I digress. That's what's going to happen to these people. And you are going to be the reason that Abuela has to pack her bags and go home, because they are going to follow you back into your communities, and you are going to see the wrath of God in your city. I'm sorry, I'm getting worked up right now, man. It's just so exciting living in a country where the rule of law actually matters.
That's right.
People,
absolutely.
The Disney adults, they're gone. All right. We have a new president. His name is Donald J. Trump. He is going to support and defend the Constitution of the United States. He is going to uphold the rule of law, and he is going to put America first. And I encourage more of these protests, because honestly, you're just making ISIS job so much easier. And that's all I got to say, man. I appreciate you taking the time, and I hope y'all have a good night.
Thank you for the call, man. Definitely appreciate you.
All right, bye.
All right. Shout out to the caller. Great call. I appreciate y'all. All right. I got to get up out of here. You guys have been great tonight, but it is past my bedtime. Shout out to you guys. I'll be back live again on Saturday. Same bat time, same bat place, 8 p.m. Eastern time to right around right now, 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Shout out to you guys for being here. You guys are the best audience anywhere on these interwebs. I could not do this show without you. Thank you to the mods for keeping the trolls in check. Thank you to everybody for watching, retweeting, super chatting. Y'all know you guys, hey, without you, there is no me. This is an audio podcast you're listening to as well. It'll be available on your favorite audio streaming platforms, whether it be Google Play, Apple iTunes, Spotify, etc. Link for that will be in the description, or just go to your favorite audio streaming platform and search ABL Live. I should pop right on up. This will be available 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. All right, 8 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning. This will be available for audio only. If you want to hear it in your truck, in your vehicle, in your house, at work, wherever you are, just for you. All 100% free, of course. Now, I got some super chats I'm going to read. Then I wrap it on up and put the bow clean on top. Thank you to I'm Nirmana, and I know it's your name, but I'm sorry, who says, happy early anniversary to my wife, Kelly. Love you more. Hey, shout out to Kelly, and shout out to you. Happy early anniversary to you and your wife. That is, hey man, I love love. Shout out to you guys. Thank you to Terry Poma, who says thank you with the emoji. I appreciate you for that. All right. And it wants to freeze on me right now. Let me go ahead and refresh right quick to get the rest of the super chats. And again, shout out to you guys for being here. You are the bee's knees, the best. All right, where are we at? Let me go back to the supers. Thank you to Goofy for Jesus, great name, who says, DOGE only uncovering everything that has been blasted from former Senator Tom Coburn, RIP, and Rand Paul's Festivus report. Just slap build number on those. Right on, right on. So shout out to you. Thank you guys for being here. But that will be a wrap for me. I'll be back live again on Saturday. Y'all follow me on my social media platforms, available on the website, anthonyblogan.com/contact us. Follow me on the Rumble. You can see me over there. You can search Anthony Brian Logan, and you can see that I'm verified. And also Uncle ABL. Please follow that channel. I got some really, really, really good stuff coming up for that. And hope you guys enjoyed the cooking video on Uncle ABL. I kind of messed it up a little bit. I tried to stabilize it and unstabilize it in one part, so I apologize for that. But hopefully you guys enjoyed the cooking video. If you are wondering how to eat, if you're wondering how to cook and be physically fit and have energy and not be a bit back in 2025, go to Uncle ABL. The video's on there. I made some salmon, rice, avocado, tomato, easy meal. Caveman can do it. Okay, a caveman couldn't make that. You could be 5 years old and make that. It's so simple, it's so easy, but so good for you. So if you're wondering what to eat, how to eat that. Eat that meal I prepared, 1 meal a day. You got plenty of protein, carbohydrates, it's balanced, it's whole food. 1 meal a day. Eat that for one meal a day for 2 weeks. And if you're having weight problems, I guarantee you're going to see not only a difference in your weight, you're going to lose weight, but you're also going to feel better. And once you eat healthier consistently, you're going to be naturally more muscular and toned and whatnot just from your diet. Exercise is good as well, but your diet is where you get your abdominals and your muscles and everything else. That's where it really pops. You could go eat McDonald's and just lift weights all day. You can get big like that. But if you're eating right, that'll get you where you want to be. And lifting weights and doing your cardio is icing on the cake. That's how that works. That's how the Hollywood guys get cut up and buff like that. If I did not like eating lemon cakes or them Walmart cookies every now and again, like I smoke crack for a living, if I didn't like doing those, I would look like LeBron James right in front of you right now. But that'll be a wrap for me. Hey, I got a sharpening stone rubber without a reason. I got a sharpener in my knife. I gotta just use it. It come with the sharpener. I gotta just use it. All right. So that'll be a wrap for me. So until next time, Marta says, before I continue, Marta says, hey, where do I buy salmon? Straight from Publix. Okay. I'm gonna talk about food right quick. Then I'm gonna wrap it on up, put the bow on top. Just right quick. I'm take a couple questions. So I get my salmon fresh from Publix. It's kind of expensive, but not really. Let me explain. So the salmon I get fresh from Publix, I got 3 fillets. It was about a pound and some change, and it was like $20. It might have been a pound and a half. I don't know how much it was, but I don't know if it was quite 2 pounds. It wasn't 2 pounds. It was like a pound and some change. $20 for 3 fillets. That's enough for 3 meals. So if you're eating 1 meal a day, $20 gives you enough salmon for 3 days. So what's 20 divided by 3? What, 6 point something? Repeating. So we could just say $7 for the salmon. The rice, avocado, all of that, we know is about $2, $3 tops. So 7, 3, 11. And that's 1 meal a day, $11 a day. Is that expensive? Not really. When you think about it that way. Because you're getting plenty of protein with your fish, a lot of protein, big steak. And you're getting your carbohydrates, your whole foods, everything is right there. So it's not bad. Yeah, the one I got is kind of expensive. Somebody said they can get 5 fillets for $20. There you go. Carolyn, if you're able to get 5 fillets for $20, it's even better. So you're talking about what, $4 a piece? Even better. Even better. Gigi says, I get my salmon out of the river or freezer. Hey, if you get it from the river, even better. If you could go out there and fish, You can go out there and fish. Oh, you good. All you got to do is what? Get some bait from the ground, get a couple little grub worms, put it on your hook, cast it out, reel it in. You can fillet it, get the bones out of there, and have you a good oatmeal without breaking the bank. You can eat very well on the budget. That's right, Frank Peter. That's the kind of message I want to get across. Eating well, nutritious food that's going to be good for your body, good for your soul, good for your spirit. These foods do not cost an arm and a leg. I don't even go to a whole paycheck or trade your firstborn child called Joe. I don't even go there. And nothing wrong with those stores. I go straight to Publix and I'm good. I'm good money. That's all I need. I'm not trying to do nothing fancy, nothing extra, no kind of, just really basic stuff. And what I drink with it, some water. Really, this right here, actually, coconut water. Costco coconut water. This has nutrients in it as well. No sugar, one ingredient, coconut water. That's this right here, the Kirkland brand from Costco. You can get the other brand with the blue bottle, but with those, they put sugar in it. This has no sugar, just one ingredient. Get that. And I promise, that's my meal. I'm very, very healthy. I'm super fit, 40 years old. I'm going to look the exact same when I get to be 60 years old. I got good genetics, but I also have to work with my genetics. Okay? I got to work with my genetics. I can't just be a fat person eating candy and cakes and pies all day long and be 1,000 pounds covered in borscht. I can't be like that. I have to do things to take advantage of my genetics. Simple. Is it a flavor? Nah, it's straight from the coconut. It's good. Like, it's good for you more than anything else. Put it to you this way. Drink this rather than drinking Gatorade. Gatorade ain't nothing but sugar. This is actually hydrating, and it's natural, straight from the actual. What you want to focus on is eating foods that come from the earth as much as possible without additives. And I'm not saying you got to be eating twigs and berries and things of this nature, but fish, okay, that's an animal, comes straight from the earth. Coconut water, just open the coconut, pour the water in there and drink it straight from the earth. Water, straight from the earth. Rice, straight from the earth. Avocado, same. You get the idea. Eat those kind of foods because God put them here for us to consume, to nourish ourselves properly. God did not say go out into this factory and make some kind of man-made chemicals and put that in your body. He didn't say that. Eat from the earth. It's right in the Bible. But anyway, I don't want to start preaching, and I'm getting late. It's past my bedtime. But until next time, y'all be safe. I'm out, and peace.